Made His Lordship, with the leave of the court, I may be permitted to move an unlisted motion. What your Lordship has said that something is in amiss. Last night, in total violation of the engineering rules, my client, who was on the top of the list for the post of chief engineer, he has been brought down, and selection meeting is supposed to be held today during the course of the day. This is, well, these are the situations where I'll qualify on a lot. And this is in violation of the rules, nothing to do with the principles of that ON.
That's all right. Can you not do it on Friday?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow
Only
is a
that-
holiday.
Only that they will precipitate action because
No, we will undo it if there is something.
they will. Lordship, at least, yes, only that this is the moment.
No,
where the
Mr.
courts-
Das, we understand the.
This is in
anxiety.
violation of the rules.
That's all right. That's.
And
your
I think people have a
submission.
lot of faith in this system. So these are the
Oh,
situations.
is it eroding?
No, it's not eroding. These are the situations. where the
No,
court has to-
we'll look
because it's
into
a
it.
brazen attempt on the
We'll look
executive.
into it. Only question I am asking is, can it wait till Friday morning? If
well,
it can, then we'll take it up on Friday morning.
It won't wait because once the selection is, because what has happened, I have been in top of the list. And this matter was pending in the Jamil's court and I see.
Jamir, who's Jamir?
Honorable Jamil.
Oh, Justice Jamir.
And
Achha, I thought he was a friend.
But he has already, he was supposed to be the chief engineer for the past 3 years. He lost it. He has 1 year to go. And the second time they are again bringing him down. While he was brought down, we have the protection of the Guwahati High Court. Now again, to undo it, possibly I think Lordship has rightly indicated the 1809. But I'm not on 1809. Today I'm on the rules. So at least after the motion, if it's taken up. It's a very short petition I made.
Let's see if time permits.
Yes, obliged.
Malad, I would like to mention this matter for listing. This is a promotion matter, my lord. The private aspirant she has been sought to be promoted, my lord, to the post of Anganwadi worker from Anganwadi helper, my lord. Though she is not a resident of that locality. My lord, can it be taken up day after tomorrow, my lord?
No. Next week.
I have filed it yesterday, my lord.
Next week. What is there? Promotion matter, what is there?
My lord,
What is there to be stated in a promotion matter? If you succeed, you get the. Really?
she is not a resident. In violation of the guideline, my lord, she has been sought to be promoted.
All right, if she is not promoted, how does it help your client?
My lord, the petitioner is working, my lord, against the said post, my lord.
When do you want it?
Day after tomorrow, my lord.
All right.
May I please, Lordship, I'm going to mention for listing Lordship. Matter
What
relating-
listing?
Matter relating to Lordship, selection of Kaur Pradhan Lordship, next week of Borpada Lordship.
Hmm.
And the
Next week motion.
timely Lordship, Friday Lordship.
Rejected. Yes, next matter, please.
Lordship,
There is rejected.
I beg to item
You
number.
reject course.
Lordship, I beg to item number 39, Lordship.
Yes.
I need some time to. I've already taken consent from the petitioner.
Item number 39. Yes, what do you want?
Lordship, 2 weeks time granted, my lord, that,
On the request of Mr. J. Henrik, Learned Standing Council, Revenue and Disaster Management Department, appearing for the respondent, official respondent, made with the consent of the opposite party, this matter stands adjourned for 2 weeks. List accordingly.
obliged.
Next, please, Lordship. With the mention of the other side, Lordship, I like to mention item number 35, Lordship.
35, what do you want?
On
You are appearing for whom?
PS Lordship,
You are for whom?
respondent Lordship, respondent number 4.
On the prayer of Learned Council for the respondent made with the consent of the other side, this matter stands adjourned for 2 weeks.
May it please, Lordship, I'd like to mention item number 16, madam, with the consent of my learned friend, madam.
Yes.
But I may be taken up after 1 week.
Item number 16.
16.
You are
I'm for
on the
the
prayer of
RS law.
Learned Council for the writ petitioner. This matter stands adjourned for 2 weeks. List accordingly.
Please, Lordship, but one matter was last listed for motion on 2/11.
Hmm.
And it was next fixed for motion, but not listed to.
Fixed when?
Fixed after 2 weeks.
Next week.
And another for admission matter.
Admission, what is the urgency?
Madam,
What is the matter?
Selection for Anganwadi worker. But after 1 week,
After 2 weeks.
obliged.
May it please, Your Lordship.
Hmm.
My lord, I prefer adjournment item number 7 on the basis.
Item number 7.
Yes, Your Lord.
Mrs. S. Bug will appear, but she is on bereavement.
As paid for by the petitioners council, this matter stands passed over for the day. Yes.
Let the matter come after the 5th of April. She'll appear, your lord.
No, that's all right. Let it be listed. You inform the registry, they will list it.
The mention for listing the matter for withdrawal, my lord, day after tomorrow, my lord.
Yes.
Next, police lordship, subject item number 45 and 46, my lord. Content matter, my lord. My lord, in this, as per my instruction, my lord, the AG already sent the letter to the treasury for payment, my lord. And payment part is pending, my lord. Let the matter be listed after.
No, let it come up, then we'll pass an order. We'll say this when the matter. We'll close it then.
May I please your lordship?
Yes.
Lordship, with the consent of the other side, I beg to mention item number 41. Matter may be come up after next week, lordship. 41.
On the prayer of learned counsel for the petitioner made with the consent of the other side, this matter stands adjourned for 2 weeks. Yes.
I beg to mention for listing of a matter. Some urgency is there. They will taken up
What is the urgency?
urgency selection and engagement of Anganwadi worker lordship. Several dates gone by, but there is a specific order to produce the report. Report is not produced and the other side also not filing.
When do you want it?
Next week, lordship, any date, lordship.
After 2 weeks.
Obviously.
May I please your lordship? Lordship, similar prayer for admission in the admission column.
After 2 weeks.
May I please your lordship, I
Yes.
beg to mention item number 19, your lordship. Just for the day, your lordship, may we come up any day on the next week, your lordship. I have taken consent of the other party, your lordship.
Item 19 on the prayer of learned counsel for the petitioner, matter stands passed over for the day. Yes.
If you oblige, your lordship.
May I please your lordship? I beg to mention two matters for listing lordship. WPC number 3492
Listing for what?
for admission and motion.
Motion. Which is motion for motion?
3492. Promotional matter lordship. Any date.
When did you, it's the first listing?
It was last posted on 27th of May. No lordship,
Huh? 27th of May motion
yes lordship,
and no date was fixed.
no lordship, next week,
Have you inquired with the registry why it has not been listed?
no lordship.
Inquire and come back, then we'll pass an order. You can come back at 1:15 before the
Lordship,
court
another-
rises.
Another matter is there lordship for admission,
Hmm.
promotion.
Admission matters after 2 weeks. After 2 weeks.
May it please your lordship. Lordship, I beg to mention the requisition, lordship for admission. Any day on next week, lordship.
After 2 weeks, yes. Yes.
Lordship, I beg to mention for listing the matter of content case 24th of April 2021. Since it has not been listed for a long time and the person is suffering from liver cirrhosis, so it urgency.
Contempt case. When do you, when do you
30
want?
January, 30 January. Give notice.
No, lordship. Regarding selection and appointment in grade 3 post nurses.
Hmm.
In this case, what happened, the petitioner person to an advertisement. And also, it is informed that she has not received the copy of the affidavit.
He was called for post of driver.
Yes, lordship, but I have not applied for the post of driver. And I don't possess the license also. And therefore, he was not selected for a post. He has applied for model 1 post, but he has called only for the post of driver.
Lordship, kindly see Annex L page 39, speaking order.
Yes.
40 is the case. First parallel, this is the relevant.
Lordship, last period.
Hmm.
Lordship, page 32, earlier the vacancy position has been shown, Lordship, 2 posts are vacant. And petitioners are eligible to be appointed
No,
against.
no, 2 posts may be vacant,
Lots
but
of-
then they have given the reason why nothing could
Yes,
be
but
done.
I have not applied for the Lordship post of driver. I have applied for more than 1 numbers of posts, and for the remaining posts, they have not called me.
So grade 3 post, you don't qualify. Therefore, there is nothing to be done. Driver, you cannot be considered according to you. In
Uh,
grade 3, you are you are in the 6th position.
Secure 33.
Hmm?
Secure 33.
33, but
Who has been appointed? Anybody has been appointed?
yes, Lordship.
Who has been
Yes.
appointed?
Lordship, the list is, name is not given, Lordship, only numbers. are-
Any appointments been made?
Yes, sir, already appointment we made because Dipu Medical College,
Mhm.
before starting, the advertisement was published.
Okay.
At page 24, the select list, Lordship. 6 persons has been appointed against the post of driver.
The dri-
You want to be considered for driver?
No, no, Lordship.
Why are you talking about driver then?
Yes, Lordship.
And grade 3 posts, people of better merit have been appointed. What can be done in a writ petition?
Also in the, he has applied for more than 1 post, and he ought to have considered against all these posts, and the final score will be based on the Lordship interview and skill test. Only on the basis of the marks in the written test, they have selected the candidate.
No, these are matters which will not take anybody anywhere except for causing agony to the petitioner. So we'll close it. Heard Miss R. Devi, Learned Counsel appearing for the petitioner. Also heard Miss S. Sharma, Learned Steering Counsel,
Health Department.
Health Department Assam appearing for the official respondent. Miss S. Burwa, Learned Government Advocate Assam is present on behalf of the state. First up, aggrieved by non-consideration of his candidature for appointment against vacant grade 3 post
Get the post.
existing under the Difu Medical College in the district of Karbi Anglong. The instant writ petition has been filed, whereby the petitioner has approached this court for the second time seeking relief. Full stop. In the earlier round, the writ petition being WPC number 598/2020 was disposed of by this court by order dated 6/12/2021 by providing that the representation filed by the petitioner ventilating his grievance in the matter be processed, be considered in accordance with law and disposed of by a speaking order. Accordingly, by order dated 27/6/2022 passed by the respondent number
Which one number 2?
Respondent number 3. The representation of the petitioner was disposed of. The operative part of the order is extracted here in below for ready reference, page 40, power double tick 2. Double tick to double tick, full stop. Their reading of the aforesaid observations made in the speaking order goes to show that the candidates with better merit have been considered for the grade 3 posts existing under the respondent number 3, full stop. It is the case of the petitioner that he is not interested for the post of driver, but only for the grade 3 post. Full stop. It transpires from the submissions made at the bar that the selected candidates have already been appointed against the vacant grade 4 post and they are rendering their duties. Full stop. However, those successful candidates are not parties in this writ petition. Moreover, there is nothing to indicate that the petitioner had secured higher marks than the selected candidates. Under the circumstances, this court is of the opinion that there is no scope of judicial review in this matter on the facts and circumstances available on record. This matter is accordingly closed. What is the point in pursuing this case? Unnecessary litigations after litigation.
Since there are 2 post lying vacant, Lordship. Yeah.
It is, however, made clear that if and when vacant posts in the grade 3, it is advertised. It will be open for the
Yes.
petitioner to participate in the selection process
Yes.
without being prejudiced. Selection process in accordance with law. Stop. It petition stands disposed of. Yes.
This is a, for compulsory appointment matter, my lord. The last professional instruction was sought for whether the father was a regular employee. So. In the PWD, from the documents, page number 19, executive engineer file forwarded mentioned, my lord, that he was a regular master road employee.
Application submitted in 1990.
No, my lord, 2000, my lord.
2000.
Yes, my lord. 1990, another person submitted and his case is considered, my lord. I have annexed the minutes, my lord. After a long.
No, but
delay.
now there is the rule has been changed. Now it is clear that within 1 year, is it? It has to be.
Yes.
The application is 1 year, my lord.
We'll issue rule and consider it in due course, because these are all junk petitions.
My lord,
In any case,
for a moment, page number 23, my lord. For a moment, page number 23.
even if somebody else is given, you will not get it unless the rules
My lord,
permit.
page number 23, the
Page
minutes.
number 23.
Yes, the minutes of the, my lord,
Hmm.
2022,
Yes.
my lord, relevant page number, my lord, 29,
Hmm.
PWD department, my lord. Clause number 12,
Yes.
the persons, my lord, who had applied, I have mentioned, my lord, 1 in 1990, 3, 2002,
Hmm.
and 4, 2003. So these persons have been considered, my lord, these minors of 2022
So,
by these minors.
so,
So, my
we'll
lord,
set aside their appointments. Challenge it.
my lord, application was within time,
Hmm.
but my consideration is after long time.
It cannot be helped. Because the government has changed the rules. This was challenged, the court has upheld it. Now it is only, what is the age of your client now?
Now 47, my lord.
Tell him to wait for another 13 years.
My lord,
47 years, he wants compassionate appointment
my lord,
for his father who died in 2000.
2000, my lord. Due to consideration the similar.
Mr.
cases-
Kadir, have some sense of discretion when you advise your clients to file petitions. Yes, what do you have to say? Yes,
Notice my issue also.
notice be issued. No, she wants notice. Mr. M. Kadir, Learned Council for the petition. These are absolutely needless petitions which are pending before this court. Just to increase the number of pendencies, and nothing else. Also heard Ms. S. Burwal and Government Advocate Assam appearing for the state. Mr. P. Naik, Learned Standing Council Finance Department is also present. The grievance expressed in this petition is due to non-consideration of the petitioner's case for compassionate appointment on the ground of delay. Mr. Kadir submits that similarly situated persons who had submitted applications after enormous delay have been considered favorably by the authorities, and therefore the petitioner has been meted out discriminatory treatment in this case. Full stop. The aforesaid aspect of the matter cannot be examined without the pleadings being brought on record. Full stop. Issue rule returnable in 8 weeks since.
My lord, the petition is filed within time, considered after long.
That's right, that's the
Filed
law.
Within time.
Hmm.
This is mentioned.
Submits that the petition was filed within time, but there was delay in consideration of the same. And also that Mr. Kadir submits that similarly situated applicants were favorably considered, notwithstanding the delay in consideration of their application. And therefore, this matter calls for adjudication by this court. Ms. So-and-so prays for some time to obtain instruction. Issue rule returnable in 8 weeks. Since Ms. S. Burwa, learned, since Mr. P. Nayak, learned SCPWB has appeared and accepted notice. The respond numbers 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, and 4. SC Finance, no SCPWD. And Ms. Burwa has accepted notice for respond number 3. Service of notice is deemed to be complete in this case. Extra copies be furnished to the learned counsel for the respondents so as to enable them to obtain instruction and file affidavit. Let the matter be listed accordingly. Go through the division bench judgment, which says these reliefs are not permissible. If you are prepared, I would have disposed it in now. Now you will have to keep coming to the court for this matter.
I will file.
It is the single bench cannot pass a judgment which is against the division bench order. Do some reading.
I will see.
Yes.
May I please follow? One of the petitioner, my lord, is an assistant executive engineer.
Hmm.
He was to be considered, he was considered for promotion to the rank of executive engineer, but his case was kept in seal cover on the plea that there was a criminal proceeding pending against him. My lord, there was a criminal complaint filed against him in 2015. In 2017, a charge sheet was filed. But the court in 2019 remanded back the charge sheet to the police, my lord, the concerned officer for a reinvestigation. Thereafter, my lord, it was only in 2022 that a fresh charge sheet was filed. And the fresh charge sheet has got no reference to the earlier one. Now, this selection proceedings occasioned in the month of 2000, in the year 2001. On that day, there was no charge sheet pending. Now, para 16 of my lord K.V. Janaki Raman is very clear, my lord. Seal cover procedure can be resorted to only when, my lord, the charge sheet is issued to me. Either a show cause notice is issued to me or a charge sheet is issued. Neither of these conditions have been fulfilled in this case. Still, my case has been kept under seal cover. And interestingly, in the gradation list of, my lord, executive engineer, my name figures bracketed, kept under seal cover. I don't know how, but that's there. So, my lord, as on the date of the consideration, there was no proceeding against me in terms of K.V. Janaki Raman. And they were required to take their instructions. My friends may have that instruction, my lord, that when the DPC was, the court wanted to know the date the DPC was in. I think it was sometime in month of 19/6/2021. On that day, there was nothing. If that be so, my lord, I'm entitled to the promotion. My juniors have been promoted.
Yes. Who is appearing?
Joseph, from the department, he is appearing. I am on behalf of the state.
What are you saying? Please, can you speak up a little louder?
Lordship.
What is your stand on this submission?
On behalf of the department, my friends is appearing, Lordship. I am on behalf of the personnel, Lordship, personnel department, Lordship. The stand is that the order which is passed by the learned magistrate, Lordship, it is for further investigation, Lordship. Therefore, the force of the charge sheet is still on, Lordship.
Further, he says reinvestigation.
My lord will have page 49, my lord.
49, Lordship.
My lord, accused are absent with step so and so, causing so and so. I have gone through the record and seen that there is some mistake in the charge sheet, and as it appears that to me that further investigation on certain point is necessary. Hence, let the case record be sent to so and so to reinvestigate the matter and submit FF at the earliest, inform accordingly. Now the FF has come at next page, my lord, page 15. My lord, this is the charge sheet now submitted on 13/4/22. There is no reference to the earlier charge sheet, my lord. And this is now being taken cognizance of and proceeded. Although it's under stay by the criminal proceeding, it's under stay. But still, this is the charge sheet which was now filed. My lord, earlier charge sheet was not acted upon.
Charge sheet under which section? Which sections are involved?
My lord, here the sections involved are next page, my lord. 120B, 406, 409, 420. Read with, my lord, section 7/13 of the PCI.
So what is your stand that it should be promoted?
My lord, my stand is on the date when the, my lord, consideration was made, there was no charge sheet against me, my lord. And the requirement of law is K.V. Janaki Raman. My lord, I've given the book, para 16, my lord. It says.
What is the date of consideration?
19/6/2021, my lord. DPC was it. And 28/6/2021, persons were promoted.
And when was the charge sheet submitted?
It was submitted on 13/4/22, second one. Earlier one, my lord, 31/7/2017. And that was never issued to me. So that was remanded back.
No, issued to you means you did not receive any summons. What do you mean by issued to you?
Malad, issued to me.
How is a charge sheet issued?
Malad, that after when they serve the copy, when the cognizance is taken, the copies are served.
Hmm.
If Malad can just come to that Janaki Raman's case, para 16, Malad.
We'll come to that.
Lordship,
What I'm asking is,
Lordship.
what is the procedure for issuance of charge sheet?
Malad, when the cognizance is taken, the
Hmm.
copies are given to me. Summons will be issued to me, Malad. Thereafter, the copies will be given. That would be.
No
the-
summons were issued to you.
Nothing.
What has happened to that? That charge sheet has been obliterated.
Obliterated, Malad. Now the new
Where
one
is the order of obliteration?
Malad, it has been remanded back. That much only I have, Malad. And the fresh charge sheet has got no reference to the earlier law. It covers the same points.
These are very technical matters, so.
But
The motion
either-
says
but-
we can't pass any order. in the-
Lordship, the only plea is, Malad, whatever criminal thing has happened, it's there. If they want to file revision, whatever is there. But for, as far as, Malad, the promotion is concerned,
Hmm.
the law is very clear, Malad. If there is no charge sheet issued to me, Malad, there cannot be.
Come what may, even if there are serious allegations.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, you will also argue.
unfortunately, my lord, para 16 says so, my lord.
These are subject to
My lord.
interpretation.
My lord, the para 16 is holding the field till date, my lord. KV Janakiraman is holding the field till date. And it says, if I may just have one line, my lord,
Yes,
on first, para 16, page 118, my lord.
yes.
On the first question was as to when the purpose, for the purposes of seal cover procedure, the disciplinary criminal proceeding can be said to have commenced. The full bench of the tribunal has held that it is only when a charge memo in a disciplinary proceeding or a charge sheet in a criminal prosecution is issued to the employee that it can be said that the departmental proceeding of criminal prosecution is initiated against the employee. The seal cover procedure is to be resorted to only after the charge memo of charge sheet is issued. Pendency of preliminary investigation prior to this stage will not be sufficient to enable the authorities to adopt seal cover procedure. We are in agreement with the tribunal on this point. The contention advanced by the appellant, counsel for the appellant authorities, that when there are serious allegations and it takes time to collect necessary evidence to prepare, issue charge memo, charge sheet, it would not be in the interest of the purity of administration to reward the employee with a promotion increment does not impress us. The acceptance of this contention would result in injustice to the employees in many cases. As has been the experience so far, the preliminary investigations take an inordinately long time, and particularly when they are initiated at the instance of interested persons, they are kept pending deliberately. Many times, they are never result in issue of any charge sheet, charge memo, charge sheet. If the allegations are serious and the authorities are keen in investigating them, ordinarily it should not take much time to collect the relevant evidence and finalize the charges. What is further, if the charges are that serious, the authorities have the power to suspend the employee under the relevant rules, and the suspension by itself permits a resort to the seal cover procedure. The authorities are thus not without any remedy. It was contended on behalf of the authorities that conclusion 1 and 4 of the tribunal are inconsistent with each other. These conclusions are as follows. Consideration for promotion, selection grade, crossing so and so cannot be withheld merely on the ground of pendency of a disciplinary or criminal proceeding against the official. The seal cover procedure can be resorted to only after a charge memo is served on the concerned official or the charge sheet filed before the criminal court and not before. There is no doubt that there is a seeming contradiction between the two conclusions, but read harmoniously, that is to what the full bench has intended, the two conclusions can be reconciled with each other. The conclusion 1 should be read to mean that promotion cannot be withheld merely because some disciplinary criminal proceedings are pending against the employer. To deny the said benefit, they must at the relevant time, pending at the stage when charge memo, charge sheet has already been issued to the employee. Thus, there is no inconsistency between the two conclusions.
All right, now, your stand is contingent upon a finding by the court
Lordship.
that the previous charge sheet has nothing to do with this subsequent charge sheet.
My lord,
That is at the moment your submission, but there
Lordship.
is no finding.
Lordship,
Otherwise, there was a charge sheet
there
submitted.
was a charge sheet, it was remanded back. It was not acted.
Correct. So if it is accepted that after the matter was sent for reinvestigation or further reinvestigation, there is no scope.
Scope, but
That is a erroneous order.
order.
But let's take it as for further
Further
investigation.
investigation. They should have-
Because merely because the charge sheet, the IO who has filed the charge sheet didn't know the law. or for other reason might not have mentioned the earlier charge sheet number, will it mean that the earlier charge sheet has been obliterated?
But unfortunately, my lord, that seems to be the situation here, my lord. I understand. But that he should have filed a supplementary charge sheet also, whatever findings he get, file a supplementary charge sheet. But for the purpose, my lord, for that criminal case, whatever happens, happens, my lord. But for the purpose of this disciplinary proceedings, my lord, or the promotion, my submission before my lord would be, there was nothing on the date of consideration against me. my lord.
That is, if we accept that the earlier charge sheet is gone.
Lordship.
If we do not, then you don't have a case.
But then my lord would naturally come to that conclusion that the charge sheet was continuing. I cannot have. Then I'll have to show before my lord that the charge sheet was not acted upon. For that, maybe I'll have to get some additional material from that case records before your lordship.
All right, so today what is the order?
My lord, I would have loved to have an order because this matter was heard 2-3 times in the motion stage. They had taken time to just apprise your lordship about the position. If your lordship, I would have loved, my lord, if the orders are passed. But my lord can have it for
So
admission.
what is the order you're seeking?
My lord, I'm only seeking my juniors have been promoted. My case is kept under seal cover. That has to be opened subject to the criminal proceeding, my lord. Whatever happens there.
Yes, respond.
And they have also said, my lord, page 37, they have included my name. I don't know why. And no department proceeding against me.
Yes, yes, what is your response?
Lordship, the order which is passed by the learned magistrate, Lordship, it is specifically mentioned that for requirement for further investigation, Lordship. But so far the word stated reinvestigation, but the provision of section 172 CRPC, subsection 8, Lordship, it is clearly stated for further investigation only, not for reinvestigation, Lordship. And therefore, Lordship, the force of the charge sheet which is earlier submitted, that is still on that day or day of the proceeding, Lordship.
But you have not, the court has not issued him the earlier charge sheet.
Lordship, it is the proceeding, Lordship. Someone should after going through the search sheet, Lordship, the learned magistrate opined that have some scope for further investigation, Lordship. Therefore,
That you have already said, Mr. Bosuri.
Therefore, Lordship, the summon was not issued, Lordship.
No, after in this fresh charge sheet, no summon is issued.
Fresh charge sheet, someone said.
But in that earlier charge sheet is not given.
No, Lordship, as the magistrates sent for further investigation, therefore, the summon
All
was
right,
not
that
issued.
means you are not clear on the law. Then we'll have to pass some order. You are again and again saying the same thing again and again. The question of the court is something. Mr. Nayak, are you connected with this case?
Lordship, one search sheet of 2017 is there, no dispute. Then the court passed an order. Lordship, can you see that order? 14. At page 49, Lordship.
Yes,
Lordship,
we have seen it.
See the language there, Lordship.
Yeah, language is contradictory. That's all right. Somewhere it has been mentioned further investigation, somewhere reinvestigation.
Lordship, so far as my stand is concerned, Lordship. First said prosecution sanction was sought from the department, Lordship. And first
No, but
prosecution.
these are not the questions.
No,
You
first-
can say all these things.
Yeah.
But first tell us, the 2017 charge sheet, was it given to the accused
That is
while
what I-
issuing
if-
summons?
If the order is for further investigation, then for all purposes, the subsequent search sheet is to be taken as a supplementary search sheet or a final search sheet.
Correct.
There is
But
incontinuation.
why have you not given, why has the magistrate not given him the main charge sheet?
It's up to the magistrate, Lordship. But at this stage, Lordship, if your Lordship
State has
passes an
nothing to
order,
do with this.
if your Lordship passes an order at this stage, Lordship, directing him to promote to the next cadre, Lordship, that will be the final prayer, Lord, final relief, Lordship.
Maybe if the facts justify, we'll pass that order. Why is this state?
No,
so
that is why I'm submitting, Lordship. Let the petitioner establish that the earlier city, just because a further investigation was directed, earlier subsidy is non-ist. That is not, that doesn't exist any further. Let him establish that. It's a technical point, Lordship, law point.
My lord, my friend can clarify this position. They had taken prosecution sanction twice, man.
Yes.
Once in
Earlier-
2017 for filing that, and subsequently in 2022 again. If the first one was the thing, second charge sheet is, my lord, the continuation. Prosecution sanction the second time is not called for, madam.
What is the other criminal petition where you have?
My lord, that my lord would find at page 21. It's a FIR, 21.
No, you said the charge sheet is under challenge in this court.
Lordship,
In which proceeding?
My lord, it's my lord case number 882 of 22. my lord.
Is it
Criminal
case
petition 882 of 22. 56
882 of?
of 2022. my lord.
How many accused persons are there?
Three, my lord. Three, no? Four. Amitabh Sharma, four. The PRC number. The PRC number. PRC. My lord, that order is at page 57 and 58. my lord.
Why you take on heart, Mr. You can, I am counsel assisted by Mr. D P Boral and counsel for the petitioner. We have also, I have also heard Mr. P Nayak, learned standing counsel. You have which department? PWD Assam, as well as Mr. J K Goswami, learned government advocate Assam, appearing for the official respondents. Full stop. The petitioner is aggrieved by non-consideration of his case for promotion to the rank of executive engineer in the Public Works Department on account of the fact that the proceedings of the DPC held on 19/6/2021 has still been kept in a seal cover, whereas his juniors have already been promoted. Full stop. By referring to the materials on record, Mr. Nair submits that the apparent reason for keeping the petitioner's case in seal cover is due to submission of charge sheet against him. But it is evident that there was no charge sheet issued, no charge sheet which was issued to the petitioner on the date on which the DPC has met, that is on 19/6/2021. Full stop. According to Mr. Nair, the subsequent charge sheet submitted on 28/6/2021 does not have any reference to the previous charge.
Lordship, kindly see page 48. Page 48.
No,
Yeah, it is clearly written, Lordship.
We
cognizance
are
of
not
the-
entitled to record his submission also. You will not even allow the court to do that.
No, I think your Lordship is recording my submission.
No, his
I'm
submission.
sorry. I'm sorry.
There is no previous charge sheet filed on 31/7/2017. And to that extent, his case is covered under para 16 of the union of the decision of the Supreme Court rendered in the case of Union of India and others versus KV, Janki Raman and others, reported in 1991, bracket close 4 SSC 109. Wisdom. As such, a direction be issued to open the seal cover and promote the petitioner. Refuting the above contention, Mr. Nayak submits that the subsequent charge sheet was submitted on the basis of an order of the learned magistrate for further investigation, and therefore this has to be treated as a supplementary charge sheet.
One more submission, Lordship, at page 49. Lordship, it was cognizance was issued.
Yes, record is.
27/6/2018. Cognizances are taken against the accused person.
Charge sheet was not issued.
After cognizance, Lordship, search sheet will be, cognizance will be taken definitely after search sheet. Next page, your Lordship, see accused persons are absent.
Fine, I've read that. But charge sheet not issued. Charge sheet issue for sure, no? No, no,
Since the learned magistrate had taken cognizance of the previous charge sheet, the projection made in the writ petition is without any valid basis. Full stop. As such, no order is called for at this stage. Similar to the stand of Mr. J.K. Goswami, learned government advocate Assam appearing for this state. After hearing the submission of the contesting parties, this court is of the opinion the matter would call for further examination. As such, issue notice of motion returnable on 24th of February 2022. Since Mr. Nayak has appeared and accepted notice on behalf of respondent numbers 1, 2,
3 and 4.
3 and 4, and Mr. J.K. Goswami for respondent number 5. Service of notice is deemed to be completing this case. Extra copies of the writ petition be furnished to the learned departmental council, requisite in numbers, so as to enable them to obtain instruction and appraise this court. Full stop. This case again on 24/2/2023 for admission as a fixed item. The prayer for interim order made by the petitioners council will be considered on the next day. Parties to come prepared accordingly.
Much obliged.
Item 4.
May I please close it? The petitioner, Your Lordship, by of this present petition, Your Lordship, has challenged the order of the registrar, Your Lordship, which set aside and was the appointment of the petitioner as the secretary in charge of the secretary of the particular, Your Lordship.
Which is the order?
Order is at page 83, Your Lordship.
So this will have to issue notice at this stage. What will be done? Pardon, Mr.
Only to Your Lordship, this order, Your Lordship, has already been staged by this honorable court, Your Lordship, till returnable date, Your Lordship. Of course.
Lordship, when you see order 21/12, Lordship, it was state condition, order 21/12, first order. Instruction was sought for Lordship.
21/12.
Lordship,
21/12, Your Lordship. First order.
first order, instruction was sought for Lordship.
I have received the parawise comment, but otherwise, Your Lordship, section 38 of the Cooperative Societies Act. Here the petitioner is a employee of the society, and it is the up to the board of directors how to appoint the society, secretary, Your Lordship. And Your Lordship, the impugn order, the registrar has clearly stated in the last paragraph, Your Lordship. Yeah, page number 84, in view of the above observation, I so and so do hereby set aside the resolution passed by the managing committee dated so and so and directed the management of the society hold their board meeting afresh to appoint a regular secretary as per provisions of section 38(2) of the Cooperative Societies Act, to take decisions by majority vote of with all board of directors members as per provision section 44 of the Act within a period of 2 weeks.
But this order was passed in exercise of powers under which provision?
It was passed under section 111. Appeal has been preferred by the private respondent, Your Lordship, before the registrar.
Who is the private respondent?
I am appearing.
No, you are your client. We are asking him, who is he?
Standing counsel.
I'm for the department, Your Lordship.
Who is the private respondent?
Private respondent is
I was not appointed as secretary, but
You take your seat.
Ikramul Hussain, Your Lordship.
Who is the private respondent?
There are two
Is he a businessman? Is he
No,
running a
no,
shop?
He's a member of the society.
Say that.
Lordship, he's a
Yes.
member.
employee of the society.
Employee of the society.
Employee means what employee?
He is working as a assistant secretary of the society.
There is a clear finding to that effect, Your Lordship. What has happened, Your Lordship, in this case, both of the petitioner and the private respondent, both were employed. The post of secretary fell vacant due to the death of the earlier secretary, Your Lordship. A board meeting was called for. Board meeting, Your Lordship, 8 members, Your Lordship, was in support of the private respondent and 5 was in support of me, Your Lordship. Now, since they could not take a unanimous decision, they decided to refer the matter to the assistant registrar of Cooperative Society to take a call on the appointment of the secretary, Your Lordship. Accordingly, assistant registrar, Your Lordship, take a call and say that since I am senior, he should be appointed as a secretary, Your Lordship. And accordingly, appointment was made. Thereafter, all the members, Your Lordship, in a subsequent meeting, Your Lordship, which I have annexed, Your Lordship, say that allowed me to sign as a secretary, Your Lordship. And thereafter, your lordship, an inquiry was conducted by their officer, your lordship. Inquiry come in my
So
favor.
your client's appointment has been set aside.
Yes, your lordship. And your lordship will kindly come to the
So why
order.
don't you let the board take a fresh decision?
No, your lordship, this is because, your lordship, this, first of all, your lordship, this will have to be wrong. This finding that.
Then it will take time. We'll hear it.
Lordship.
Or Mr. S. Bhattakul, any counsel for the petitioner? Order dated, yes, what do you have to say? We'll hear it.
Lordship, what happened, Lordship, as per section 38, Lordship, it is to be decided by majority. Out of 15, 8 was in my favor, 5 was in his favor. And 8, the resolution was adopted, that I shall be appointed as secretary. Then this matter is referred to the assistant registrar without any authority, Lordship. It is to, decision is to taken by the board only. Registrar directed to take decision express. Nothing wrong in this order, Lordship. That may be taken afresh, Lordship, by the board, and it is.
No, but that, we have to give a reason for that order.
Otherwise, he will continue as secretary, Lordship, and president is his father, Lordship, father's son, Lordship. That is the issue, and president has no right to vote, Lordship.
Lordship, that is.
And
that
he
is there, your lordship.
himself.
But I am
referred the
an
matter-
employee, your lordship, will kindly note, your lordship. It is not that I have come from somewhere else. I have been continuing as an employee, and my appointment as a secretary, your lordship, is done by this assistant registrar.
All right, we'll dispose of an admission on
Lordship.
20th February.
Lordship.
Mr. Bhattakul, so-and-so, Mr. G. Bordoloi, London Standing Council Corporation Department, appearing for the official respondents, and Mr. M.K.
MK Hussain,
M.K.
Lordship.
Hussain, London Council for the.
Caveat to respond number 5, Lordship.
Caveat respond number 5.
Lordship.
The order dated 14/12/2022 passed by the Register of Cooperative Societies, that is, respond number 2 is under challenge in the present proceeding. After hearing the submissions made at the bar, it appears that the matter would require some consideration. As such, issue notice of motion returnable on 22/2023, since Mr. Bordoloi has appeared and accepted notice for respond numbers 1, 2, and 3. And Mr. Hussain for respond number 5. No formal notice is required to be sent to the same respondents. What about 4, respond number 4?
Chairman, Lordship.
Chairman.
Your father,
His father.
so will you accept notice for him?
Lordship, lordship, this is ultimately he is in official capacity, your lordship, not as
No.
father. No, your lordship will look into that, your lordship.
Hmm.
I'm not saying that your lordship will not look into that.
Extra copies in requisite numbers be furnished to the learned departmental council. Upon the caveat, M.K. Hussain, on the strength of a caveat stands discharged. Caveat will be heard, caveat stands discharged. Now, if a petitioner to take steps for service or notice upon respond number 4 by registered post with AD within 3 days from today. This matter again on 22/2/2023 as a fixed item. Interim order passed earlier to continue till then.
Respond number 4 may be taken through ARCS, Lordship, otherwise will not appear, Lordship. Respond number 4 may be, steps may be taken through ARCS, Lordship.
No, we'll strike off his name if it doesn't appear next.
Lord.
day. Because then we will treat it that he's not
Lordship.
taking a bona fide stand.
Lordship.
So he doesn't get a chance to appear.
Lordship.
If he doesn't appear by 22nd,
Lordship.
it is over for him.
Deeply obliged.
This is regarding shifting of Anganwadi center from one place to another place. And in the meantime, some certain subsequent development is occurred. So we have to file.
But this is not a service matter.
Yes.
Why is it come to bench 4?
Hence,
Bench 3, why is it come in civil bench 3?
yes, it is a
Social welfare
department.
No?
Yes.
Not a service matter.
Bench 3 matter.
Yes, 3 minutes.
Huh?
Bench 3 matter.
Why?
This is, I think, social welfare department, these are the
All cases of
not
social,
service
welfare,
matter, not service matter,
then
shifting of center.
Shifting of center.
why it is in civil bench 3? Civil bench 3 is service matter.
Yes.
Yes, it should be yes, 4 meter.
The issue raised in this writ petition pertains to a decision to shift the Anganwadi center from one building to another. It appears that this is not a service matter and therefore may not relate to Civil Bench 3. Mr. M.U. Mondal, learned counsel for the petitioner, is present. So is Mr. T.C. Chutia, learned additional senior government advocate Assam, appearing for the state. Register to verify and list the matter in the next week before appropriate bench.
Six.
Which is the other item?
Six, my lord, identical.
Along with item 6.
Yes. Development.
Item 7. 8.
Wait, your lordship. The petitioner herein, my lord, has participated in the process for selection, my lord, of battalion commandos, my lord. But my lord, when the results were out, my lord, it was shown that the results were not found, my lord. Now, my lord, after going to the office of the Superintendent of Police, they have come to know that his presence in the psychometric test was shown to be not there, my lord. Whereas he has appeared before the authority, my lord, he have answered all the questions, participated in the process, and also along with all the other candidates, he has passed, he has given the test, my lord. Now, he has been fit all together, my lord. All the tests he has qualified. The last psychometric test, which has happened on 16/6/2022, my lord, on that day.
Will you be able to obtain some instruction? We'll post it for motion after a week.
Yes. 2 weeks time required. Lord.
2 weeks time.
2 weeks, my lord.
All right, for motion. We'll
For
post it.
motion, my lord.
Yes, heard Mr. P. Deca, PK Deca, and counsel for the petitioner. Peruse the averments made in the writ petition. It appears that the petitioner have taken part in the selection process for recruitment as a constable bracket AB in the Assam Commando Battalion. But according to the petitioner's counsel, he has been erroneously marked as absent and not included in the list of candidates. Full stop. Ms. S. Borua, learned government advocate Assam, appearing for the state, prays for 2 weeks time to obtain instruction and appraise this court as to the correctness of the allegation made in the writ petition. Prayer allowed 2 extra copies of the writ petition be furnished to Ms. Borua during the course of the day. Let this writ petition be listed for motion again after 2 weeks.
Only P Deca, man, only P Deca.
Only P Deca, not PK.
No PK.
Item 9.
Hello.
P Deca.
May I please, madam? Here the petitioners have participated in the selection process for the post of constable in the Central Armed Police Forces, madam. Now, if Lordship would kindly have page 24, madam, where the advertisement starts. And at page 34, madam. Page 24, the advertisement starts, madam. Page 34, madam, is the relevant portion, madam, why we have been rejected. At page 34, Roman 3 at the bottom, madam. Physical standard test, Lordship has. Physical standards laid down for the post of constable rifleman are height, general, SC, OBC candidates, 170 and 157 for female. On the next page, page 35, my lord, the third row from the top.
So, Mr. Majumdar, these matters notice has to be issued.
My lord, here, my lord, this issue has been settled by this honorable court.
But we'll have to issue notice.
But here, my lord,
It cannot be disposed of at motion stage.
my lord, admitted position is that we have secured more marks than the unreserved category candidates.
Motion stage, if she concedes, otherwise question doesn't arise, then I will have it listed before some other.
Lord, you can dispose it.
Huh?
Dispose it.
You are conceding?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Yes.
So therefore, page 35, Lordship has the third row from the top. madam.
So first of all, the petitioners had
Participated. madam.
participated in the
For the
process
post of constables in the Central Armed Police Forces, the recruitment test was held by the Staff Selection Commission.
Alright.
Now, like in this test, for the rest of the India, the height and chest measurements were given as 170 centimeters minimum for the height, and my lord, 80 centimeters minimum chest. For the state of Assam, my lord, the minimum height was given at 165 centimeters in height, and for chest, my lord, it was 78 centimeters.
Where does one find it? Which page?
My lord, page number 34 is for the rest of India. The last row, page 34, madam.
1 minute. Yes, 34.
Page 34, my lord.
the last row, Lordship will find general SC and OBC candidates. The male candidates have to have 170 centimeters. Madam.
Yes.
At the next page, page 35, the third row from the top. Minimum height for the candidates falling in the categories of Garhwalis, Kumaunis, Dogras, Marathas, and candidates belonging to the state of Assam. Lordship will find it is 165 centimeters. And my lord, on the next column at chest, Lordship will find the third row in the second row in the relaxation part. Minimum chest for male candidates falling in the categories of Garhwalis, Kumaunis, Dogras, Marathas, and candidates belonging to the state of Assam, 78/5. Number all these candidates who were before Lordship, all the petitioners, they belong to the OBC category. But they are within the 165 centimeters, they have more than 165 and they have chest of 78 centimeters or more. Now, when the results were declared, we have given the chest measurements and the height measurements given by them. That is, that Lordship would find at page 53 onwards. Page 53 is for the first petitioner. Lordship would find written in pen, it is 168 centimeters. And on the next page, written in pen, 168. On the next page, it is 78 to 88. So I had what was required for the candidates from the state of Assam, and therefore I qualified. Next, Lordship would find at page 68. At page 68, they have given a notification, the SSC gave a notification of the cutoff details and the last selected candidate in the male category. Lordship has. At page 69, Lordship finds for the state of Assam. Lordship would have from the bottom. If Lordship has the 16th row from the bottom, my lord. 16th row, it is B. The first row is D and the second row is B. Lordship has
16th.
16th, my lord.
From the top or from bottom?
Bottom, my lord. Top would be longer. Lordship has, it is D. The second row is B. The third row is UR. Unreserved. Lordship will have thereafter the marks where the cutoff details are given. It is 44.83. So for the border districts, unreserved category, the cutoff at least was 44. Likewise, one of the other series, if we see from the top, the fifth for the unreserved category, it was 45.58. But the last minimum is 44.83 is what I pointed out to Lordship. 44.38 was the last person, 83 was the last person to be appointed. Now, if Lordship has page 70, I secured 45.09. The original is a page 70, a bit unclear. Page 70, that type portion. Lordship will find score in computer-based examination, tier 1, paper 1. The last part, 45.09. I had secured more than the unreserved category. Now, what the respondents did was, because I had taken the reserve, the concession available for the state of Assam, they kept me in the OBC category. They did not consider me in the unreserved category. They said you have availed in relaxation, therefore you will stay in your own category. And they did not.
What is OBC got to do with relaxation?
That is what. That was the whole issue. Now,
the matter has been decided.
Yes, madam. Lordship would like to have these two judgments.
Honorable Supreme Court decided that relaxation is a general relaxation, not as personal. So, that is why Honorable Court directed that should not be considered as a reservation. So that is adopted in Hemant Pokhriyal case, Lordship, which is also adopted in our state also, Lordship. So now we are considering them as an unreserved candidate because their marks, although they applied as a OBC candidate, Lordship, their marks are more than the last unreserved candidate. So, but in these cases, Lordship, already the vacancies were filled up, Lordship. No, but prior to some cases, there are some vacant position was there, but now there is no vacancies. What we are doing it because they are eligible as per marks, Lordship, and that issue has been dealt. So now SSC is, Lordship, engaging them in some, whenever there are some vacancies, because from that recruitment process, Lordship, there is no vacancy. But as they are, but they are eligible, so we are engaging in some wherever and how we can adjust them, Lordship. That is how in earlier cases also we are doing, Lordship. These people, yes, as per marks, they are eligible, Lordship. There is no, we are not objecting.
We do not have a choice of which CAPF they put us in. We are open to appointment anywhere. We had secured more marks. That was on the last occasion. Therefore, this court had asked how they are trying to reconcile this situation.
No, which is the order of the court by which it is covered?
Next to Jay. Deposit battery.
Interim থকা আছে
Huh?
এটা interim থকা আছে interim
Lordship, I like to have the 3764 of 2021. Page 7. Madam.
এটা নাছিলে না interim
Yes.
Advertisement was 21/7/2018.
Yes. Madam.
Same advertisement.
The same process, the same selection process. In fact, madam, they are only issuing appointment letters to those persons who approach the court. The rest they are keeping it. So therefore, series are coming.
All right, so that is it, then we'll close it. Heard Mr. R. Mazumdar, learned counsel appearing for the writ petitioners. Also heard Ms. B. Sharma, learned CGC appearing for the respondents. First up, the petitioners herein belong to the OBC category. First up, in response to the advertisement notice dated 21/7/2008 for recruitment in the post of constable bracket GD bracket close in the Central Armed Police Forces, the petitioners had submitted their application and had also participated in the selection process. Full stop. However, on conclusion of the process, the petitioners were not selected. Full stop. The basis for doing so is on account of the fact that they were that the marks obtained by the petitioners were treated, were considered along with the other candidates belonging to the OBC category. And it was observed that since the petitioners have availed the relaxation for chest and height measurement prescribed for the candidates coming from Assam, they could not be considered along with the general category candidates. First up. However, the fact remains that the petitioners had scored more marks than the general category candidates who were ultimately selected by the authorities. Full stop. Full stop. Similarly situated petitioners had earlier approached this court by filing WPC number 3764 of 2021, raising a similar grievance. Full stop. After taking note of the facts of the case as well as the law laid down by the Delhi High Court in Hemant Pokhriyal versus Staff Selection Commission and others. Third bracket WPC number 4982/2021, third bracket close, decided on 1/10/2021. And also the decision rendered in the case of Arpan Chaudhary versus Union of India and others, rendered by the Tripura High Court in connection with WPC number 117/2021. The learned single judge was of the opinion that the petitioners were entitled to orders of appointment. Accordingly, the writ petition was disposed of with a direction upon the respondents to accommodate those petitioners in any of the Central Armed Police Force within a period of 3 months from the date of receipt of a certified copy of this order. Full stop. By referring to the order dated 11/8/2022 passed by the learned single judge in WPC number 3764/2021, Mr. Majumdar submits that this is a covered case and therefore be disposed of with a similar direction. Full stop. Ms. B. Sharma, learned CGC, in her usual fairness, has considered that the petitioner's case would be covered under the previous decision of this court, but submits that since in the meantime, all vacant posts of Constable bracket GD in the Central Armed Police Force coming under the advertisement notice dated 21/7/2018 have already been filled up. Hence, the petitioners may be accommodated in any other armed police force in similar category of post. Full stop. Mr. Majumdar submits that his clients would not have any objection if such a recourse is taken in if they are issued the orders of appointment without further delay. First up, taking note of the submissions made by learned counsel for both the sides, this writ petition is hereby disposed of by providing that the respondents may issue order of appointments to the petitioners appointing them as constable in any of the divisions of the Central Reserve Police Force, Central Armed Police Force, as expeditiously as possible, preferably within 3 months from the date of receipt of a certified copy of this order. With the above observation, this writ petition stands disposed of. Which is the other matter?
Item 51.
Item 51 also same.
Lordship, only one thing, Lordship, time frame may not be, because earlier they came before the judgment. Now that 3 months may not be, as early as possible, Lordship.
6 months.
Make it 6
They-
months. Yes.
Oblige.
Mayor, my lord, I have challenged the notification dated 21st August 2021 and subsequent advertisement dated 3/9/2022, my lord, appointment of Rahura, my lord.
That's it. This matter become impact already, which notification has been challenged, already amended by the department also.
Which notification is under challenge?
My lord, page 39, my lord. 39 is advertised, my lord. 38 is the notification, my lord.
So this notification has been amended.
Amended.
Withdraw with liberty to file afresh. Mr. A.K. Azhar, learned counsel for the petitioner seeks leave of this court to withdraw this writ petition with liberty to file afresh. First up, the prayer is apparently made on account of the fact that the interim notification dated 26/8/2021 has since been amended by the government and a fresh notification is in place. Full stop. Mr. S. Datta, learned standing counsel, Revenue and Disaster Management Department, Assam, as well as Mr. J.K. Goswami, learned government advocate Assam, are present on behalf of the official respondent and do not have any objection if the prayer is allowed.
May it please the lordship. We are challenged to a notification at page 21, wherein the persons of grade 3 and 4 in the state cadre working in the Karbi Anglong has been demoted to the district cadre. Now, our names were there, some of the petitioners were in the provisional gradation list. In the final gradation list, our names does not appear because due to this notification, our names have been deleted. So you will see the notification.
You are challenging which order? Page 21.
21.
Will issue notice?
Yes, it is a 2021 lawsuit. Yesterday from earlier lawsuit.
Will issue notice?
Yes,
of
yes,
this?
at this
Lord
point.
Mr. B.P. Bora, Learned Counsel for the petitioner.
Lordship, just.
I am for one only.
Just one. Lordship, now, if they take some promotional process, then my right for consideration of promotion will be affected. Lordship,
Subject to the outcome.
Lordship.
Let him finish.
Yes.
Lordship, our maybe treated, our cases of promotion may be treated along with them or some status to order some protection, Lordship. Otherwise, my right to
If you
consideration.
press for it, we can keep it open.
At this
If you press for it, I'll reject it.
Yes, Lord.
What do you want? Choice is yours. I'll reject it with a good reason so that you can prefer an appeal.
No, Lordship.
What do you want?
Lordship.
You understand, no? You have come after more
Yes,
than 2 years.
yes.
So our ex parte interim order cannot be passed.
Yes.
We'll issue notice on the interim relief also.
On earlier occasion, yes. On earlier occasion, notice was issued on the interim.
Earlier, okay, there are other petitions.
No, this same case on last occasion, Lordship directed to me.
On last order,
Lordship take instruction. So that particular instruction has not yet come, Lordship. So, and notice.
No, all right,
common notice.
your grievance requires examination.
Yes,
but the point is, there is some delay in
Yes,
approaching the court.
that is true.
And now you want an urgent order.
No.
An urgent order because there was delay on your part. How can that be?
Lordship will keep it open, let them take the instruction.
That's what. Mr. B.P. was on counsel for the petitioner. The order dated 27/10/2021 bracket annexure B, by means of which the petitioners were shifted from the state cadre to the district level cadre is under challenge in this writ petition. First, according to Mr. Bora, the interim order would have the effect of adversely affecting the career prospect of the petitioners. First, Mr. S.M.T. Chistil, Understanding Council, Agriculture Department, Assam, submits that he be granted some more time to obtain instruction in the matter. First, since the petition has been filed after much delay,
yes,
no interim order be passed at this stage. First, after hearing this submission made by Learned Counsel for both sides, I am inclined to examine the matter. Stop. NOM 6 weeks. You are appearing
for 1 and 4, 1 and 5, Lordship.
Since Mr. Chisti has accepted notice for respondent numbers 1 and 5, Ms. Terengpi S. Kemprai for respondent numbers
4 and 6.
2, 3,
4 and 6.
4 and 6. Service of notice is the and so and so for 2, 3, 4 and 6. Service of notice is deemed to be complete in this case. Extra copies of the writ petition, requisite in numbers, be furnished to the Learned Departmental Council so as to enable them to obtain instruction and file affidavit. Heard on the prayer of interim relief, the said prayer will be considered on the returnable date.
May it please the lordship.
Yes.
Lordship, this is a case where the petitioners are before your lordship for the 4th time. And what has happened, lordship, the petitioners were working as LDA cum typist and peon. On the last occasion, I got.
I was supposed to seek an instruction, my lord. My lord, I was supposed to seek the instruction from the principal secretary, tribal affairs, my lord. Today, my lord, he has come back, my lord. He was on deputation, my lord. And today he is joining, my lord. So, my lord, I have sent. So, my lord will fix the matter next week, my lord.
Some protection may be given. I may be allowed to join office.
My lord,
what has happened? Lordship, I may be allowed to submit.
Let him finish.
Let him finish.
Then, my lord, will lordship, after filing with the contempt, an order was passed. That order is at Annexure 4, page 45. If I may read it, your lordship. Annexure 4, page 45. In pursuance of the order dated 25/5/17, lordship middle part. In WPC number so and so, it is directed that the petitioner's service will be continued without disruption and they will be treated as permanent staff for the concerned advisory council. That is, their services will not be dependent on the tenure of the vice chairman of the council and they will be treated as essential staff in the office of the vice chairman or respective council. After this contempt, then subsequently, lordship, the next page, annexure 546, the contempt was closed as this order was passed. Subsequently, I went to the office and joined. After going for 2 days, the secretary has said, on a personal level, he has said that please don't come. Then my representation, only because I have filed a contempt, he got annoyed and he has said verbally, please don't come to the office. My representation after that, annexure 6 is my representation to allow me to come to office. And subsequently, my passes have got invalid. We are working the secretariat. They are not renewing the passes. They are not allowing me to enter the office. And we're being outside, lordship. Some protection may be given, lordship.
No,
Let me submit
he
that.
wants a little time to consult. Let him.
1st of February, lordship.
1st of February. All right. Heard Mr. K. Monton and counsel for the petitioner. Also heard Mr. R. Dhan, standing counsel WPT and BC, appearing for the official respondent who submits that the principal secretary of the department was on leave and
Was on deputation, my lord.
was on deputation
My lord, and he has come back today.
and he has returned to the parent department only today. Therefore, another
And from tomorrow again, my lord, 27 also a holiday, my lord, Assam government. That's why my lord, I am seeking this next week.
therefore, this matter be posted again in the next week so as to enable him to obtain instruction. On the request of Mr. Dhar, this matter is directed to be posted again on 1/2
My interim pay will be
2023 for motion.
interim pay will consider on that.
Yes, motion.
Oblige, your lordship.
Lord, this case relates to compassionate appointment, my lord. I pray for issuance of notice at this stage, my lord.
This matter pertains to prayer for appointment on compassionate ground. I have perused the amendments made in the requisition. Mr. J.K. Parajili, learned government advocate Assam, appearing for the state, prays for some time to obtain instruction on matter. NOM 6 weeks. Since Mr. Parajili has appeared and accepted notice for respondent numbers 1, 2, 3,
5, 9 and 10.
5, 9 and 4 and Mr. P.
No,
Nayak,
5 and 10, man, 9 and 10.
5, 9 and 10 and Mr. P. Nayak, learned standing council PWD Assam
And
For-
as well as for finance.
as well as finance department for respond numbers
Respond number for
4, 5,
4, 6,
4,
7,
6,
8, Lord,
7, 8
and 11.
and 11. Service of notice is deemed to be complete in this case. Extra copy of the requisition is furnished so as to enable them to obtain instruction. Furnished to the Department of Council.
Connected matter has been fixed on Monday. On Monday, lordship, connected matter is fixed.
On the request of learned counsel for the parties, list this case again on Monday, that is give the date along with WPC number.
WPC lordship C5020.
350.
That person was in.
Lost lordship that.
Yes.
That's good.
Oblige. That is your lordship.
Lordship, in this case, my lord, the petitioner, my lord, has been deprived of permission for the last 37 years, my lord. In spite of, my lord, there were number of litigations.
What is this? 37 years, no promotion.
The same issue is agitated before the Delhi High Court lordship. There is even a contempt. What is 6th and 3rd? May I pay lordship that let this matter be taken up after 3rd because of decision if taken in Delhi. If it is taken, then this will become.
No, but why should we wait for Delhi High Court's decision?
Is the same proceeding lordship?
Maybe similar petitions are decided by other.
Is the same person,
Same person is
same
approved.
person in Delhi.
The only thing is the content case is pending there.
Because-
I'll just, lordship, I'll just point out, my lord, I'll take you to the, my lord, of, order of the honorable, my lord, Delhi High Court, which your lordship will kindly come to page 40-41, my lord.
No, Mr. Day, the same person has approached the Delhi High Court,
Yes,
the
my lord.
same
At
grievance.
that point of time, my lord.
Then he has a point.
No, there is an order of the honorable Delhi High Court, my lord, Direct reinstatement, my lord, along with, my lord, that he should be given all consequential benefits.
That
My lord, that-
pursuant to that order,
Yes,
an
my
order was passed by the authority against which he has gone to consent for contempt. Lordship. Let that be decided first.
Lordship.
Then why you file this case here?
Lordship, I'll just, let me finish. Lord. The Lordship will kindly come to see, Lord, this order was passed, my lord, or the order of the High Court, my lord, 24th of December 2019, my lord. My lord, thereafter, my lord, a constitutional order was passed on 8/3/2021, my lord, directing, my lord, that I should be given all benefits, my lord, including promotion. My lord. Now, what has happened, my lord? That has been kept pending. So, my lord, thereafter, we approached the Delhi High Court, my lord, for contempt of the order of the division bench, my lord. That is pending. Now, what has happened in between, my lord? Lordship will kindly come to the last page 67. Now, my lord, a person junior to me, my lord, is being appointed, my lord. He is being promoted, my lord. If Lordship will just, I'll point out that, my lord. Lordship will kindly come to page 24, my lord. Or, my
So,
lord,
Mr. Dev Chaudhary will keep the maintainability open, we'll
Yes,
just. issue the-
I do not have it, but
You file your affidavit and
Yes.
we'll look into that.
in any case, Lordship, in the contempt petition, why we have passed that order, that we have explained by way of an additional
So
action.
file an affidavit.
the only
here.
thing, my lord, if he is promoted, my lord, he
That
will
will
be
be
returned.
subject to outcome, Lordship, because
If, my lord, this person is affected, my lord, then the, my lord, he will return on 30th of, my lord, September 2026, my lord. Whereas I will be returning on, my lord, in the month of March, my lord.
In the month of March,
Yes,
which
my
year?
lord, I will return on 31/3/2023, my lord.
Lordship will take it up in the second week of February, Lordship.
So in that case, my lord, this order may not even be
No, that-
effective, my lord.
No, if he is not promoted,
Lord.
then you get the promotion.
My lord, but ultimately, my lord, it will again, my lord, lead to multitude of
It will
proceedings.
not lead to nothing, you know that. You know that it will lead to nothing. If the stay order means that you get the promotion automatically, you may have a ground. But we can always provide that this will be subject to further order.
That is always there, Lordship.
What is the point in stopping someone else?
Lordship.
But he is otherwise junior to me, my lord. That is.
Maybe, but a stay order will stop him, but that doesn't give you anything.
Lordship. In that case, my lord, it's out. Subject to Lordship. Only thing is short.
Is he a party in this case?
Yes, my lord, he is responded by
The
5.
party, Lordship, I have responded 5, Lordship.
Lord, even otherwise, I don't have any grievance against him, my lord.
That's why,
That remains.
how does it help you?
True, my lord, but Lordship, only thing, my lord, since, my lord, 95, my lord, litigation.
That is another matter. That is another, and this order is of
Recent order, my lord.
December 2022.
26th of December.
Yes, almost a month old.
True, my lord. That
All
is
right,
true.
heard Mr. R.D. Learning Council for the petitioner. There is the amendments made in the writ petition. The petitioner is aggrieved by non-consideration of his case for even a single promotion, although he had served nearly 37 years in the department, full stop. Assailing the order dated 26/12/2022, bracket annexure F, capital F, bracket close, by means of which the respondent number 5, a person junior to him, has been promoted. The petitioner has approached this court filing the instant writ petition. Mr. R.K.D. Chaudhary, learned Deputy Solicitor General of India, appearing for the respondent numbers 1 to 4, prays for submit that a similar proceeding is pending before the Delhi High Court. Similar proceeding instituted by the present petitioner is pending before the Delhi High Court, and therefore he be granted 3 weeks' time to file affidavit assailing the maintainability of this petition. Mr. Prayer allowed, NOM returnable in 4 weeks, since Mr. R.K.D. Chaudhary has appeared in accepted notice for respondent numbers 1 to 4. No formal notice is required to be sent to the said respondents. Extra copies of the writ petition will be furnished to the learned DSTI within a week from today. The petitioner to take steps for service of notice upon respondent number 5 by registered post with AD. Heard on the prayer of interim relief, considering the facts and circumstances of the case, it is hereby provided that promotion given to the respondent number 5 by virtue of impugn order dated 26/12/2022 will be subject to further orders that will be passed in this proceeding.
Only thing is the proceeding before the Delhi bench, the Delhi High Court is a contempt. It's not the same.
Whatever, we are not commenting on that.
In fact, my lord, it is fixed on 3rd of February.
If that goes, Lordship, he gets the release.
If that,
If that goes in his favor, he gets the writ, but
that's fine. A supplementary motion, I think. You were mentioned for. Item 7.
We have also filed a stay vacating petition, Lord. I'm led by the learned advocate general, Lord. He's having some difficulty today. I pray for taking up the matter on Tuesday whenever possible. Lord. On Tuesday next.
Tuesday, we are not coming to court. Tuesday is 31st.
On first, your lordship.
First,
First,
Lord.
your lordship.
On first,
On
you are
Wednesday.
there? Mr. P.K. Goswami and Senior Counsel is present on behalf of the writ petitioner.
Lordship, I am for the writ petitioner, your lordship.
Mr. N. Gautam, Learned Counsel, is present on behalf of the writ petitioner. Mr. Goswami is appearing for whom?
I am appealing for the private respondent.
5 to 165.
5 to 165.
Mr. D. Nath, Learned Senior Government Advocate Assam submits that although state has filed a stay vacating application in this case, yet due to some personal difficulty, the matter, the personal difficulty of the Learned Advocate General Assam appearing in this case, this matter be taken up on 1/2/2023. Prayer is allowed. Mr. P.K. Goswami, Learned Senior Counsel, appearing for the petitioner in item number
For the private respondent.
private respondents in WPC number 7675 of 2022 is also present.
Lordship, there's an interim order, lordship.
Interim order passed earlier to continue till the next date.
Okay, I have appealed for APSC. Respond 2, 3 and 4.
APSC. Actually, Mr. P.V. Datta, Learned Standing Council, APSC is also present.
Order impeachment of party under 18.
Please, Your Lordship.
Yes.
Not implementing petition, Your Lordship, as the transfer at the respondent number 2, Your Lordship. The respondent
You want to
number 5,
include whom?
respondent number 5, Your Lordship.
No, whom do you want to include?
Page 6, Your Lordship. Para 6.
Lieutenant General.
Lieutenant General P.C. Nair. Now he is holding the post of Director General of Police.
Have you demanded compliance from him of the court order?
My lord.
Have you demanded compliance?
But they have complied partly, Your Lordship, but partly they have not.
That is
One part
correct.
they have not.
The law is that when you want to implicate someone in a contempt case,
My lord.
you
I
have
have
to,
served notice, Your Lord.
no. You have to first demand compliance of the order from his court. He may comply it. That's the law, is it not? Mr. Das, is that not the law that if you want to implicate a respondent in a contempt case,
yes.
first you have to demand compliance?
Yes, because it's a penal provision. He has to be put on notice.
Mr. Chaudhary doesn't seem to be aware of it.
Notice was served, Your Lordship.
Where is it?
Annexure 1, page 9, Your Lordship.
This was sent how? How did you serve it? Any
By
receipt?
registered post, Your Lordship. Annexure 1, page 10, Your Lordship.
And anybody appearing for the respondents here?
I'm appearing for respondent.
You are appearing in this case. What is the matter? He wants to implicate the Lieutenant General
I don't know, my lord, already he, my lord, whatever relief got, my lord. I will file affidavit, my lord. We will file-
No.
We will file affidavit, my lord. It is there, my lord.
Let us see, let us see.
Yes.
Main file to solve, main file. So what are the benefits you have given?
My lord,
What are the benefits that have been given?
this, my lord, paragraph 5, my lord.
Paragraph 5.
3, my lord, compliance of, 3, my lord, the compliance of the court order that so and so, the family pension granted to the petitioner with effect from so and so, so and so.
What is the date of the affidavit?
My lord, this is, my lord, running page, my lord, this page 40 to 43, my lord, running page, my lord.
Paragraph 5.
My lord, 3, my lord.
So you want arrear of regular salary?
My lord, regular salary from the 2000 to 2004, your lordship. That was not paid, my lord.
Is there any direction to pay arrear?
My lord. My contempt petition, your lordship will find page. Page 16, your lordship, paragraph 23. It is clearly stated.
Regular is
In view of the above, both declaration of the petitioner husband Somet Chandra Bordoloi as deserter and his dismissal from service height order dated 31st/8/2005 are set aside and quas. He shall be treated to have been in service till his death on 19/8/2004. The period from 4/5/2000 till.
All right, do you accept notice for him? We'll implement him then, the current incumbent, and then see what order can be passed. Take on heart, Mr. R.M. Chaudhary, Land Council for the applicant. This IA has been filed with a prayer to implement the copy number 5 as respond number 5 in the connected content case. I have perused the reasons stated in the application for filing the IA. First up, Mr. Chaudhary submits that the order has been of this court has not been fully complied with, and the new incumbent, that is the respond number 5, would be responsible for complying with the court's order. Mr. S. K. Medhi, Lanet CGC, is present for respond numbers 1 to 4. Considering the statements made in the IA, a prayer for impleadment stands allowed. The OP number 5 is hereby impleaded as respond number 5 in the connected contempt case. IA stands disposed of. Yes.
My lord, it is a by name, my lord, sir.
Huh?
By name, my lord, sir.
Contempt has to be by name.
Yes, my lord. Oh, yes.
What can be done?
Yes.
And in the contempt case, you write, office to carry out correction in the cost title and list the matter thereafter for necessary orders.
That's an order. Thereafter, proposals came, they wanted to settle the matter, my lord. But, my lord, they have done nothing, my lord, so far. One letter was given, my lord, saying that they wanted to, my lord, have some discussion. But that was mainly with regard to the school. Nothing came up, my lord, with regard to any proposal for an alternative land or etc. my lord. And that was on 10th of December. Thereafter, nothing has been done. Lordship gave them last opportunity.
But I have received the instructions. My instruction said that on 11th of December, a meeting was held. Lordship, the minutes of the meeting, Lordship will find the page, third page. Not. In fact, paragraph 3 indicates that in the meeting dated 11/12/2022, only 4 petitioners participated, namely so and so. And as per their statement during discussion, it was observed that the petitioners wanted an alternative parcel of land equivalent to the amount of land donated by them. And accordingly, my lord, in the subsequent paragraphs, last paragraph, my lord, the undersigned is in need of 3 months' time. They are searching for the alternative land in a nearby villages, my lord. And they said that the 3 months period is required for the physical verification and taking the steps, my lord.
In fact, I'm told only 4 persons were called, my lord. He says that 4 persons appear, only 4 persons were called by WhatsApp.
I am.
They were not called, my lord. I'm not saying anything on the learned friend, my lord. My learned friend is something on the instructions. 4 persons were called, only 4 persons were called, my lord. Others are not even called, my lord, for a meeting. And then, in fact,
Mr. Datta, tell us 2 things. Are you interested in a court order or land?
I'm interested in court order, my lord.
Not the land.
My lord, land, of course, my lord.
We'll pass an order, but he doesn't want land.
No, my lord, land, of course, will, if my land is protected, my lord, then will, if they can, because this can be settled otherwise also, my lord. If they want to give us alternative land later on, my lord, they can always do it, my lord. But so far as this process that has been initiated, no, that is, my lord, as lordship indicated also, no, this process cannot go on, my lord.
Well, they have initiated a process for settling the matter outside court. In fact, the meeting has been held. They have also agreed for alternative land, my lord. Some encroachers are also there. The government land they are occupying. Some of the petitioners, my lord. In fact, in the meeting minutes, it is reflected. Lordship, let them complete the process, my lord. They have sought for 3 months' time. Let them complete the process. If they get the land,
We'll fix it for final hearing on 16th March and pass a judgment.
Lordship.
Whatever you want to do, you do.
Before
but,
that, before that.
If you do it, you do it. Otherwise, we'll pass our judgment.
Lordship.
Heard Mr. M. Datta, Learned Counsel appearing for the writ petitioners in all these cases who submit that although some discussions have been held between the petitioner and the government functionaries, yet there is no breakthrough yet on the grievance or on redressal of grievance of the petitioners. Therefore, these writ petitions are required to be finally heard and disposed of on merit. Mr. D. Nath, Learned Senior Government Advocate Assam, has produced a copy of the minutes of the meeting held on 11/12/2022 between the petitioners and the district administration. However, from the perusal of the minutes of the meeting, it appears that no permanent solution has yet been arrived at in the matter. Under the circumstances, this court is left with no option but to hear and dispose of the writ petitions on merit. Mr. A. Dekar, Learned
For respond number 8.
Learned Counsel for the respond number 8, and Mr. S. Datta for the respond number 1 are also present and submits that a date of final hearing of the petition will be fixed.
Well, my submission to the effect that in view of the process undertaken, let them complete the process.
Mr. Nath, however, submits that since the process for redressal of grievance of the petitioners has already been undertaken by the district administration, whereby an attempt is being made to find out alternative plots of land in nearby village, some more time be granted for the purpose. First up, having heard the Learned Counsel for both sides and taking note of the facts and circumstances of the case, these writ petitions, they will give a little longer time than in that case. These writ petitions are directed to be listed for final hearing again on 28/3/2023. Amicable settlement in the matter, if any, be explored and arrived at on or before the next date fixed, if so advised.
Right, please, my lord. My lord, in this application, the official liquidator was supposed to file a report so that the matter can be finally closed off. However, he requires 2 more weeks to complete the report and then file it.
My instruction says that, my lord, my client has already deposited all the particulars. Then let them file a report.
Based on that only.
Mr. R. Bhutpujari, Learned Counsel for the respondent submits that his clients have appeared and already submitted all the required information stroke documents. Full stop. Mr. S. Sandalya, Learned Counsel, appearing for the official liquidator, submits that 2 weeks time be granted for filing an affidavit placing such information on record so as to facilitate closure of these company applications. Prayer allowed, list the matter accordingly. Yes.
I'm so obliged.
Item 27.
Well, there is an order of, on 2/1/2023. Can you kindly go through that order?
2/1.
Second January. This matter pertains to a government company which was closed down since 1993. It is not functioning. But the employees have not received anything till date. At one point of time, private entrepreneur was inducted, but that attempt failed. And we approved before this court for getting VRS, but nothing has happened. Now, we filed an application for at least to have our retrenchment benefit. Mr. Nayak was Borpujari and Mr. Nayak elected to inform the court. My instruction is very much clear that it is not functioning, but they are not very sure whether it is functioning or not.
What is not functioning? What is not functioning?
The meal is not functioning since 2001. It is my instruction, not only everybody knows, but they say that they know.
Assam Politics Limited.
Assam Politics Limited. It was a government company, Lord. Since 1993, it is not functioning. Then the government wanted to induct some private entrepreneurs. An agreement was arrived at. Subsequently, another agreement was arrived at. Despite these two agreements, it has not been functioning. Now, as a result, Lord, we have not received anything. At one point of time, we approved before this honorable court to have some benefits in the term of voluntary retirement. This honorable court also directed the government to consider our case. The government declined to consider. Then, my lord, we approved before this, so at least you pay our retrenchment compensation. So that has not been given, and they are now unfortunate. My lord, I should say this is unfortunate on the part of the council level. Now they are pretending that they are not aware of it. Since 1993, we are not getting anything. Large number of workers died. Their widows are
So then we'll hear the matter in this.
that will be better.
When today?
Your Lordship, he has some difficulties.
Lordship, I am appearing on behalf of Mr. A. Kalda, Lordship. He's not appearing, he's not able to come to the court from last week, Lordship. Regarding his health issues.
You are appearing for whom?
A. Kalita, Industries and Commerce Department.
Your Lordship may fix a date. On that time, I shall also complete my argument. Let them argue.
You choose a date, then you choose a date. You choose
Any date, subject to your
then it will go to end of February. Before that, not possible. But Mr. Dasgupta, Learned Counsel, Senior Counsel, hearing for the petitioners who submits that no affidavit has been filed.
They have filed an affidavit, but that is not very.
That this repetition is required to be taken up for disposal on merit.
They have filed an
The Learned Counsel appearing for the Industrial Department, however, prays for fixing this repetition for hearing on another date on the ground that the Standing Counsel Industries Department is unwell and therefore has not been able to come to court today. You are also there? Mr. P. Nayak and the Standing Counsel Finance Department is present. On the request of Learned Counsel for the parties, registered to list this matter again on 23. 2023 for admission hearing as a fixed item.
Obliged.
Item 28.
May I please?
Yes.
I could not contact with the petitioner, my lord. To my information, the petitioner already engaged in the other department, my lord. And I have also lost my.
Mr. A. Martin, learned counsel for the petitioner submits that in all probability, this writ petition has become infectious, but he will be granted 4 weeks further time to obtain updated instruction from his client. Prayer allowed, list accordingly. Yes.
Apply.
Item 29.
Yes, we will also. Okay, this is a matter pertaining to also promotion of assistant fishery officer to the post of fishery development officer from the 25% promotional quota also.
But government initiative the process ballot, it will take some time ballot. The latest instruction is ballot, the scheme they will implement and alternative remedy that's where ballot sometime everybody required because we'll have to obtain the approval from the financial department and departmental lead also like that.
Petitioner is working as assistant fishery officer.
Assistant fishery. And most of the persons also they have retired. Only few are left now, sir.
You are seeking promotion to which post?
Fishery development officer. Now they are saying that they are contemplating to bring a new rule by making the qualification higher qualification with BSc, BFSc degree also. So they are now creating a new post of fishery. It says that nomenclature will be fishery inspector or fishery farm supervisor. Further also they have taken time for this that will be sent to the personal B department. So it will take some time. Now also in the meanwhile also few of the petitioners they have also retired in the month of December.
No, but the petition is filed by the association.
Association.
No mandamus can be issued.
It's a registered organization.
Maybe even then. Because petitioner X may be entitled to, petitioner Y may not be entitled to. The court has to pass a mandamus on a finding recorded with regard to the employee and say that either consider his case or don't consider his case. That order cannot be passed in a petition filed by association. It is a very well settled law that an association cannot come in a service matter. It is all up to you when you want to withdraw this petition and file proper petition. You can do it today, you can do it after 6 months, after 2 years, or maybe wait for opportunity where these things will get a pass. Your choice. But in this court, it will not get a pass.
On the last occasion on 15th of 2022, this honorable court passed an order saying that in paragraph 6, in the circumstance, if the process to
This matter cannot be considered. This is the opinion of this court. You may make submissions because association cannot file a petition for a direction to consider for promotion.
From the graduation list only, we have annexed the graduation list also. And lots of in the association, lots of even in the rank of deputy director, joint director, they are also this is the association, very old association consisting of all.
We cannot
all
pass
members.
orders, petitions filed which is contrary to law. This is a legal forum, is it not? It's not a social forum or a Facebook forum. It's a legal forum. Your petition is not maintainable. That's the problem.
This petition was filed in the year 2018.
That doesn't make a non-maintainable petition maintainable. Nobody asked this question. The learned government advocate also did not raise it. What can be done? This is the system we function in. You want those judgments which has said that association cannot file service matter seeking personal benefits. You want? If you want, I'll give you. We'll do some research for you. You may not have time, but we have.
Since the petitioner has not had, most of the patients have already retired. Only 1 year or 2 years left.
What is the order you are seeking?
Now they have taken a policy decision to we have created a force of fishery inspector and fishery farm supervisor. So they have sought time to give us.
So what is the order you are seeking today?
In fact, also the government is seeking time.
The government is seeking time. I heard Mr. Eskedar and council petitioner, Mr. T.C. Chutia, Learned's additional senior government advocate Assam appearing for the state submits that some steps have been initiated to make avenues, make promotional avenues for different departmental candidates, including those serving as assistant fishery officers. But since the matter would require concurrence from various departments, including the finance department as well as the personnel department, some time will be necessary. On such ground, Mr. Chutia prays for posting this matter again after 8 weeks.
After 2 months, my lord, because it will get.
After 8 weeks or 2 months?
8 weeks, yes.
You decide which you want. 8 weeks or 2 months?
8 weeks.
8 weeks. After 8 weeks, so as to enable him to obtain updated instruction. You have for whom?
Number 3, APS.
Mr. T. Gogoi, learned counsel is present on behalf of the respondent number 3, bracket APSC. In view of the request made by Mr. Chutia, let this matter be listed again after 8 weeks. But you examine these things, you take a chance, but because this will, if the order is passed, we are filing 10 more writ petitions before this court. It doesn't matter to you, but the court is conscious. Because of this junk petitions, the genuine petitions are not being heard. So you take your chance. This court, the moment you do it, they will not implement it, then you will file contempt case. After 2 years of hearing, it will turn out that the original petition was defective. The order cannot be implemented. This is how 60% of the cases are generated in this high court. Unfortunately, this court will not be able to.
Petitioners individually, they will get implicated in this.
That you know, we can't give you legal advice.
Yes, sir.
Either you disagree with what the court has said,
I don't.
or you take the remedial measures, as simple as that.
Yes, sir.
We would want our orders to be so clear and so legally based that there is no scope for not implementing those.
Yes, sir.
We are not here to generate contempt cases. This court will not do it.
I'll take the remedial.
Whether you like it or not, doesn't matter. Yes.
Obliged.
We have to keep the stream of
Yes.
justice clean. That's the idea. Yes, call it.
Production list for mission item 1.
What is this?
My lord, I have challenged the gradation list for the post of chief engineer. Lordship will come to page 21, annexure A. My lord, it's for the post of chief engineer, Assam in the water resources. On the provisional gradation list of chief engineer resources published by 8th of January is hereby made final after necessary modification. Lordship will come to the next page at page 22.
No, but who is for the department? Water
My lord,
resources?
we have already put them, Mr. Das is there, and we have already put them notice last night itself. And Dhar is for the WPC and Mr. Chutia is for the government.
You are appearing in this case. Water resources department, you are the standing council.
No. Water resources standing council is there.
We have
B.
already-
Goswami. Water resources, the B. Goswami, but he is.
No, not B. Goswami. Mr. Das, he has received it also. My junior.
Then you please call Mr. Goswami.
Yes,
Let him come. At 2.
Item 30.
Dilip Majumdar, junior. Water resources matter, Ali, matter, lunch record.
Lordship, kindly pass over for time being.
Why?
My senior is in late.
What is the matter about?
Matter is, I was.
Sorry?
I went from the post of constable.
Yes, terminated from service.
Termination from service.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll have it after 2 weeks that.
Yes.
The petitioner's counsel pays for some accommodation on the ground that his senior is on legs in another court. Huh?
Give a date. A date now.
When do you want it? Mr. S.K. Medil, CGC is
Eight,
present on behalf of the state.
8 February.
As paid for by the petitioner's counsel. Let this matter. 8 February is a motion day, 8 or 9 February. give it
No,
nine.
9, I'm not here.
8 February. Fine. 8 February will fix a date for admission hearing
Yes,
on another
yes,
day.
yes. Otherwise, my PD is complete, my lord. Obliged.
Item 31.
May I please, madam, but same issue, the promotion denied, but here there is no police case, there was a complaint case made. Prosecution sanction was given, madam, but thereafter the charges were not framed. In the meantime, the DPC was held, I was denied. The personnel department, although I directed several times to file their affidavit, they have not filed their affidavit.
Lordship, kindly fix the matter after 2 weeks, Lordship, I will file the.
Last occasion also same, madam, if they are filing it, my lord, it's fine, otherwise my lord will fix it for a date where my lord can consider the matter.
Mr. Yukonal, senior counsel, estate by Mr.
Yes, sir.
Also, client counsel for the petitioner. Also heard Mr. J.K. Goswami, government advocate Assam, who prays for 2 weeks further time to file affidavit. Mr. Nair submits that despite time granted earlier by this court for filing affidavit, no such affidavit has been brought on record. Expressing urgency in the matter, Mr. Nair and his senior counsel has paid for fixing a firm date. Mr. S. Dutta, Learned Standing Council, you are for whom?
Number 2 and 3.
Number 2 present and submits that affidavit on behalf of his client is already on record. On the request of Mr. Goswami, 3 weeks further time is granted as last opportunity to the government to file affidavit. It is made clear that if no affidavit is filed within 3 weeks, this writ petition will be taken up for disposal on the basis of materials already available on record.
Much obliged.
Item 32.
May I please your lordship, in this matter, notice has been issued, but any affidavit has been filed.
Lordship, here the person retired in the year 2004. He is receiving pension regularly, Lordship. Now in the year 2021, now he has filed this petition saying that his date of birth written in the service book was correct as per the school certificate now.
So what is the relief he wants?
No, he won 2 more years service now.
He's retired in which year?
2004.
He was
After retirement, Lordship, one post was created for giving him the benefit of pension. He was not even regularized also at the time.
Who is the senior?
my lord K.R. Patil.
Where is he?
He's on legs.
Call him. We'll close this matter today. Call him. Tell him to come at 2.
Blessed.
But here the petitioner was injured in a landmine blast in counterinsurgency operations, madam. And there in the year 2011. Now, for the
Yes.
matter of promotions, my lord, in the CRPF, they refer to the medical condition of the to be promoted person, my lord, before they afford the promotions. Now, due to the landmine blast, my lord, he was referred at the low medical category of E3. But for another person who was also injured along with him on the same medical on the same operation, my lord, he was also in E3. Now, my lord, while affording promotions for that year, my lord, while the petitioner was denied his promotions in the year 2012 when the landmine blast took place in the year 2011. But the other person was afforded his promotions in the year 2012. Now, if lordship would kindly have page 63 for a moment, my lord. That gives the whole story, my lord, how it had done. Page 63, my lord, this was an order by the Deputy Inspector General. Number so and so now ASI GD KK Sharma of the GC had sustained bullet injury right eye aspiration during active operation Naxal attack against LWE on 3/5/2011 while posted at 133 battalion in the rank of Head Constable General duty. He was brought on approved list AAGD 6 of 2011 by DIGP Range Headquarters Muzaffarpur Office Order number so and so dated 30/11/2011 and assigned force seniority.
So you have the records.
And the last occasion, my lord, this honorable court directed me to take instruction why the Eastern Commandant R.K. Singh has been promoted or my lord, one week, my lord.
What is it? Speak up, speak up.
My lord, it is that first of all, the R.K. Singh, Assistant Commandant, after the categorization of SIP 3, he
Who is R.K. Singh? Is he a party here?
No, R.K. Singh is not a party here because he was one person who already had who was with me in that Naxal attack. He was the assistant commandant, I was the head constable. Despite he also being injured, I also being injured, he is afforded his promotions.
Hmm.
I am not afforded promotions because they say I am injured in that attack. So while devoting my duty to the
So
nation.
instead of asking why the other person is promoted, the question should be why he has not been promoted.
Yes, my lord.
What is the instruction on that?
First of all, my lord, as per the policy, my lord,
Hmm.
after categorization of secretary or which is not eligible for promotion for such accident, the personnel should have submitted a review petition, my lord, before that to brought to categorization, promotional categorization, my lord. But the petitioner only submitted his petition on 31/2021, my lord.
So.
But the assistant commandant submitted his review petition for bring down the categorization to eligible criteria, my lord. He submitted subsequently, my lord.
So what? So what? So you consider it, where is this representation?
My representation is the page 63, my lord, I was given my seniority which I have commanded. The Deputy Inspector General of Police had given me the
Is
seniority.
there any representation submitted before the authorities?
My lord, I had submitted a representation, that representation disposed of page 63. That is a disposal, my lord. I was given the promotion which I was given the seniority which I had paid for. Yet they have not corrected it. And the commandant on the next page, my lord, at page 65, he says we will not give the seniority. He tries to overrule his own senior, and I am not given the seniority till date. That is my grievance, madam. Page 63, if lordship will have for a moment. That gives the whole story. Page 63, madam.
Hmm. So this matter will have to dispose of on merit.
On merit, madam.
Today?
Once,
Yes.
once, lordship.
Yes, my lord.
Huh? Today or some other day?
Lordship.
See, these cases will take time. If I touch this, I will not touch any other matter today.
It will be on a hearing date, madam.
So on a non-miscellaneous
Let-
day will be better. 9th February, list on 9th February.
Item 34.
Matter may be urgent for the day.
As
Kindly
paid for
matter
by
may be
Petitioners
listed
Council, this
on
matter is
next week.
adjourned for 2 weeks. You are for whom?
Kalita, your lordship.
Ms. M.
Lordship,
Kalita?
matter may be
Huh?
listed on next week, kindly.
Yes. What is your name?
M. Kalita, your lordship.
For?
PhD department.
Ms. M. Kalita, Learned Council is present on behalf of the PhD department. Yes.
Item 36.
Lordship, in this matter, petitioner has filed one amended petition on 22nd of December, Lordship. Lordship, I want to file a petition, Lordship, again, in response to the.
What petition? Amended petition.
Yes, Lord. It was allowed on 5/12, Lordship, and he filed on 25th.
What do you have to say?
So that bill, earlier also that took time.
No, it is the first
Heard
time.
Mr. S. Nath, Learned Counsel for the petitioner, also heard Mr. P. Nayak, Learned Standing Counsel PWD Assam, who prays for and is granted 2 weeks time to file a counter affidavit responding to the amended read petition. Prayer allowed, listed.
Bless.
Item 37.
Lordship, matter relates to promotion, my lord, to the post of superintendent, my lord, as because they were appointed in 83, 85 like this, my lord. That time old rules were there. Now new rules have come, my lord. So in 2019, the new rules have come saying that instead of higher secondary, the qualification has to be graduate. And thereby, my lord, some of the petitioners who were at the verge of retirement, my lord, now they are suffering. And there is also provisions in the new rule itself, my lord, rule 16 says that if any employee is suffering from undue hardship because of the new rules, then their case would be considered. But that having been that provision also, my lord, they have not considered. And in earlier occasions, my lord, I have come before Lordship. And this honorable court was pleased to pass an order, just directing to dispose of the representation, the earlier disposal representation, without saying anything else. my lord. Then that they have disposed of, my lord, saying that no, since rule has come, so this representation has been disposed of accordingly. Nothing has been said, my lord. But the rule is very specific to that extent, so government can do as per the rules provided under Rule 16, my lord, to consider hardship, my lord. Only these few persons have been left out, my lord. They are at the part of retirement. They cannot go for taking a degree of graduation or something else, my lord, at this stage, my lord. And to that extent also, this honorable court also in some other cases passed the order, my lord, directing the government to relax the B.Ed degree and consider their promotion. This is also their matter.
No, there cannot be an order by the court directing anyone to relax the rules.
Consider.
Even if there is an order, this court will not follow it.
Since
That kind of order
yes.
cannot be passed.
Malak, since there is some, it is only a prerogative of the government, Malak, to consider all these things, Malak. And since there is a provisions, Malak, so some of the persons who were junior to me, Malak, having been the graduate, they have been promoted. Now they are enjoying, Malak. And as because now I at the further retirement, I cannot take the graduation. Now I have been left out, Malak, to get the promotion, Malak. This discrimination, Malak.
I means how many petitioners are there?
Only here 18%, Malak. That's all, Malak.
So
that too, Malak,
the only order that can be passed here is to consider your grievance, nothing more. Because you have come up with 17 petitioners are together.
And
not permissible.
And others have already been retired, Malak.
Maybe, but
but
if these are matters where individual petitions are to be filed, individual orders have to be passed. That's why you will not get the relief in this case. Why have you come 17 of you together? Maybe same grounds, same facts, but separate writ petitions will have to be filed. One person's case may be allowed, one person's case may not be allowed.
No, since Malak, the grievance and the cause is same, Malak. And this the order is also passed in the same manner, Malak. In the same one order.
No mandamus can be issued. Service matters, it cannot be done.
Not that.
You argue
Since-
against the court then on that.
Since
Satisfy the court on this.
no, that part, Malak, that issue was raised, Malak, in earlier case. That has been already as per the Guwahati High Court rules, Malak. It has been said that that can be done, Malak, if
Show me.
he is paid.
No, you are not understanding it.
Yes.
I am not saying that number of petitioners cannot join together and file a petition. I am not saying that. I am saying in a service matter where you are seeking individual enforcement of individual right. If 10 people come together, the court has to be, can pass an order only on discussing the facts and entitlement of each petitioner. Out of 10, 5 may get it, 5 may not get it. Right. So in these circumstances, neither a PIL is maintainable in service matter, nor can an association file, nor can people coming together file.
Malak, since only against the particular provisions of rule, Malak 5.5, rule 5.5, it has been said that the persons who are supposed to be promoted to the post.
All right, so what do you want? You want to argue the matter finally today?
Some other day, Malak,
Some other day. What about, why don't you consider their case? They are
Lordship,
retiring.
in fact, in respect of the present petitioner's lordship, earlier also one order passed by the honorable court, lordship.
Where is that order?
Lordship, it's here 73. And accordingly, a speaking order was passed. Has been
Page
passed.
73.
Yes, lordship. Lordship, kindly see serial number 3, Virendra Patwari. The person to this order, not only this case, lordship, 3 other cases were also there. Accordingly, speaking order passed, lordship, at page 100, lordship. Speaking order.
So no contempt has been filed here.
No, a speaking order has been passed at case 100 Lordship. So that is under silence.
Yes, that is bound to happen. That is what is happening.
Lordship, only legal issues are involved, Lordship, whether promotion being a recruitment condition, whether that can be relaxed or not, that is one.
When are the petitioners retiring?
Now, they are, some of the petitions have been retired, my lord. And some of the petitions are yet to be retired. Now 58 years, 57 years like.
So how this petition will be maintained? That's the point I'm asking you.
Yes.
You cannot get an order in this writ petition. Question doesn't arise. Therefore, it's better I make it not by me so that you can, because some people have retired, some people have not. You have to strike their names from the writ petition. The pleadings have to be challenged.
Only one petition have been retired.
Can the court pass an order directing them to consider
Yes,
the case of a retired employee for promotion?
This petitioner number. I'm saying, well, this petitioner number is 11. He has been retired.
Had Mr. B. Chetri, Leonard Counsel for the petition, also have Mr. P. Naik, Leonard.
That's number 2 and 4, Lord.
This is standing counsel, which department?
GAD and Finance Department.
GAD and Finance Department appearing for the respondent numbers 2 and 3.
2 and
So as per the earlier order of this court, the petitioner's case have been considered, but have been rejected by a speaking order, which is under challenge in the present proceeding. According to Mr. Nayak, this matter would require detailed hearing since several legal issues are involved in this case. As such, a date of final hearing be fixed in the matter. Mr. J.K. Parajali, Leonard Government Advocate Assam was present on behalf of the respondent number 3. On the request of Leonard Counsel for both the sides, let this matter be listed again in the first week of March 2023 for final hearing.
Can it be February, my lord?
Lordship,
Second week of February.
Let it be listed again on
Lordship,
2nd of February 2020.
Lordship in the month of May, Lordship, because the amended rule is under silence. Lordship.
March 1st week. Yes. Yes. Next one.
Obliged, Lord.
Item 38.
May I please your lordship? Lordship, the matter here pertains to promotion, lordship. Lordship, the petitioners hearing were members of a banned military organization. They had surrendered in the year 2000, and thereafter, for seeking employment, they had applied for various jobs available during that period, lordship, during that time. Thereafter, lordship, the similarly situated persons have also been given employment, and finding no other alternative for getting the employment, they had approached the honorable court. And the honorable court had directed the responding authority to consider their case, considering their condonation of age also, lordship. The order is at page 53, lordship, the order of this honorable court.
Yes, Mr. Chutia.
My lord, we have filed affidavit here, my lord. One affidavit filed by the, my lord, respondent number 1, and another is the respondent number personnel department, my lord. Personnel department says, my lord, this is, my lord, they will have to take the approval of the cabinet. And now this is a surrender alpha, my lord. The surrender alpha, in fact, my lord, there is no scheme for appointment, actually for Savalomon. Savalomon means they will have the loan, they will have the, my lord, chica, contacts or others like that, my lord, Savalomon. There is scheme, actually. And their age is more than 54 years. Now the question of, my lord, getting the absorbment, my lord, in a government job, it's very difficult. Our affidavit, my lord, respondent number 1 says that this is a Savalomon scheme. They also requested the agriculture and animal department. They also requested another department to absorb an engagement under any programs, my lord. So directly we cannot say.
We don't have a case. The only question is, when do you want the order of dismissal? That's the only point to be decided.
Lordship may take up another day, I'll satisfy your lordship.
Which month?
Lordship.
On the prayer of petitioner's counsel, this matter will be listed again after 8 weeks. Mr. T.C. Chutia, and an additional senior government advocate, Assam. to obtain updated instruction. See, surrendered militant is not a qualification.
Lordship.
Qualification is master's degree, PhD. Huh? That one can say that I have got a PhD, a specialist, so recruit me. But I am a surrendered extremist. I have killed 10 people. Somebody will say I have killed 20. So give me a higher post. These are not qualifications.
I'll satisfy the lordship in the next step. Much obliged.
Item 40.
Always here, my lord, the jail guard. Without giving the inquiry report, he has been punished by 3 punishments: transfer, suspension, and also, my lord, reduction in pay scale. Now, my lord, why they have not furnished the inquiry report, my lord? They have said in the affidavit, the lordship kindly come to the paragraph. Paragraph 10, my lord. Very interesting plea.
নাথে কৰিব নাথে কৰিব দীপাংকৰ নাথে কৰিব সেইকেইটা কিছু পিছ কৰি লওক মোৰ চোৱাই নাই মানে দীপাংকৰ নাথ চিনিয়ৰ থাকে দীপাংকৰ নাথ এই 19 মুখত আছে 19 মুখত আছে মানে affidavit has already been filed. Malad fixed a date malad for current hearing. Actually, Deepankar Nath, senior advocate, he is appearing in this case. Now he is in another court.
That I don't know. What do you say?
Malad, affidavit is ready, everything is ready. Malad, let him be done on 2nd of February.
No, 2nd February, 2nd March also not possible. We have already fixed.
Malad is suffering. He is not getting a there is still order by this court before his release. They have not paid single farthing. Family is suffering. These children will leave the school. This is the situation. That's why I am taking urgency.
List again on 8th February.
I think they should pay a for employee.
Mr. R.P. Sharma, Lion Senior Counsel, appearing for the petitioner, submits that despite the order of this court, not a single farthing has been paid to the petitioner till date, as a result of which his family is suffering. Mr. T. Chutia, Lion Additional Senior Government Advocate, Assam, submits that this matter is being looked after by the senior government advocate Assam, who is not present today, and therefore the petition be fixed on another date so as to enable him to obtain instruction. Prayer allowed. List this case again on 8th of February 2023. On the next date fixed, the learned departmental council to obtain instruction and appraise this court.
Item 42.
As to whether the petitioner has been paid his salary and allowances.
My pleasure, Worship. Worship, I will reply file affidavit, Worship.
Sorry?
To state, Worship.
Malad, we in this case now we have not received any instruction, Malad. The 22
Petitioner's counsel
Malad.
is present, Mr. T.C. Chutia, learned additional senior government advocate Assam submits that instructions are still awaited in this case and therefore further 4 weeks time be granted for obtaining instruction. Mr. H.R. Ahmed, learned counsel is present on the respondent. Huh? Respondent number 5. On the request of Mr. Chutia, this matter stands adjourned for 4 weeks so as to enable the respondents to file affidavit.
Item 43. My pleasure, Lordship. In this case, notice of motion was issued on 7/12, Lordship, and returnable by 6 weeks, Lordship. We have not filed a affidavit, Lordship. Lordship may grant us police time.
Mr. Ardol, learned counsel for the petitioner, also heard Mr. K. Kolita, learned counsel appearing for the respondents bracket OIL, who prays for another 4 weeks time to obtain instruction and file affidavit. Prayer allowed, list accordingly.
Item 44. Item 44.
Timing matter assembly, timing. Oh. What is this case? Who is appearing? None appears for the parties when the matter is called up. List again after 4 weeks.
Item 45 and 46.
Lordship, PPO has been issued in this case, Lordship.
Sorry,
In both the cases, PPO has been issued, Lordship.
in compliance with the court order,
Yes.
heard Mr. A. Mubarak, learned counsel for the writ petitioner, also heard Mr. B. Chakraborty.
I mean, item number 45 for the accountant general, Lordship.
Lordship, I am for the container one in.
So let's take 45 first. Mr. B. Chakraborty, learned counsel appearing for the accountant general Assam. Mr. D. Upamanyu,
One and two.
learned counsel for the respondent numbers 1 and 2, and Mr.
I am in 46.
Acha. So and so, and Mr. A. Chatri for respondent number.
Item number 46, respond number 2.
No, only 45, you two are there. You are for 1 and 2 and you are for?
3, Lordship.
Acha. So 1 and 2 and 3. To submit that in compliance with the order of this court, PPO has already been issued in favor of the petitioner, and therefore nothing further survives for adjudication in this contempt case. Mr. Mubarak submits that his client will be satisfied if the PPO has already been issued. In view of the above, this contempt case stands closed. And in item 46, you write his name. Who is for 1 and 2?
I am for one.
Mr. Upamanyu for 1 and 2.
I'm for two. Lordship, I am just for one.
Mr. Upamanyu for 1, Mr. A. Chetri for 2, and Mr.
R. Ahmed.
R. Ahmed for
3.
3.
I am for petitioner. I am for petitioner.
Then
M. Hussain.
M. Hussain for the petitioner. PPO has been issued.
Yes, sir.
The learned counsel for the respondents submits, no, you write, Mr. Upamanyu submits that PPO has already been issued, Baki can will be same. Stands. You are appearing in this case?
No, Lordship, there was a supplementary admission matter in between, Lordship, which has been disclosed of along with item number 9 in the morning.
Supplementary admission. Hmm? Hmm. Oh.
So my only question, my name may be recorded in regard to item number 12, Lordship.
Item number?
And the supplementary admission matter.
You are appearing for union.
Union of India, all that's
Fine. It is all right.
not supposed.
Yes.
Item 47.
May it please the Lordship. Lordship, I beg your pardon. I am appearing in item number 44 for the petitioner side, Lordship.
Oh, 44 is over. 44 is over already.
Yes,
What to do?
Lordship.
You were not present.
I was in another court, Lordship.
Password for the, what order? What is your pass? 44
It
records.
was for steps, Lordship.
Lordship, in 44, Lordship, I am appearing on behalf of respondent 2, Lordship. In 44.
In 44, change that order. Mr. Bora learned counsel for the petitioner is present. Mr. J.K. Goswami has appeared for learned government advocate Assam has appeared for respondent number 2. And who is for 1?
1, Lordship, GAD, standing counsel, GAD, Lordship.
Who is the standing counsel?
P. Nayak, Lordship. P. Nayak.
And Mr. P. Nayak has appeared for respondent number 1. Full stop. Office note dated 9/1/2023 submits that notices have been served upon respondent numbers 3 and 4. There are only 4 respondents.
Yes, Lordship.
If that be so, this matter is ready as regards service. The registry to therefore list this case for admission in due course. Yes.
Oblige, Lordship.
Item 47.
May please your Lordship. My
Yes.
lord, order dated 27/4/2022, my lord, is yet to be complied with, my lord. There is a clear direction, my lord, page 18, my lord, paragraph my lord 8. My lord.
Who has given this?
Yes, sir. I'm appearing for reference number 5, Lordship.
All right, so what is your stand?
In this case, Lordship, now we have sent a letter to the Lordship, Commissioner and Secretary, Panchayat and Rural Development for sending the proposal, to submit the proposal before the Director of Pension, Lordship. And Lordship, our respondent number 5 has already retired from service, Lordship.
That's right, but what about the compliance of the court order?
Compliance lordship, we have, in that we have not received the lordship proposal from the concerned department lordship.
Panchayat department.
Yes, lord.
Panchayat department, who's the respondent here?
As per 1 and 4, I am appearing, my lord.
Hmm.
As per
Hmm.
the provisional DCR registry has been censored, my lord.
This is not the pension, my lord, only gratuity. my
There
lord.
is no pension.
My lord,
Other
direction
is-
of the honorable court is, my lord, pay regular pension.
It will be paid, my lord. Some time may be granted, but 10 days time may be granted. I will take the further
Another
instruction.
2 weeks, okay, to take down hard Mr.
M. Islam.
Learned Counsel for the petitioner. Also had Mr. A. Bhattacharjee, Learned Counsel appearing for respond number
1 and 4, my lord.
1 and 4, who has produced a copy of the communication dated 22/12/2022 to show that in terms of the order of this court, a sum of rupees 17,927 as provisional DCRG has been sanctioned to pay to the petitioner. First of- According to Mr. Bhattacharjee, within 2 weeks, the remaining amount payable to her under the court order will also be processed.
No, I will take instruction, my lord.
Then let him come, let the commissioner come personally.
My lord, the 10 days time may be granted, my lord. I will
I'm
take.
giving you 2 weeks, you are asking for 10 days again and again. So and so. Mr. S. Datta is present on behalf of respondent.
Respond number 6, my lord.
Respond number 6.
I'm for respondent.
Ms. D. D. Burman, Learned Counsel for the respond number 5, submits that her client is already retired from service. Be that as it may, on the request made by the Learned Counsel for the respondents, this matter is adjourned for 3 weeks so as to give them one final opportunity to comply with the court order, list accordingly. Highly obliged.
May I please your lordship? My lord, as per Lozima order dated 18/1/23, service is complete upon the respondents. So my lord, the matter may be listed in the admission. copy.
All right, heard Miss M. Sahiwala, you are M.
TJ Sahiwala.
TJ Sahiwala, Learned Counsel for the petitioner, also heard Ms. S. Burua, Learned Government Advocate Assam, appearing for the respond numbers
2 and 3.
2 and 3. Who is for 1?
Revenue.
The respond number
Revenue.
1 is also is represented by Mr. S. Datta, Learned Standing Counsel, Revenue and Disaster Management Department. Office note dated 18/1/2023 goes so that notice has been duly served on respond number 4.
Okay.
In view of the above, this matter is deemed to be, what about 5? 5, 6 and 7? What about 5, 6 and 7? Since respond numbers 5, 6 and 7 are represented by the standing council, Oil India Limited, bracket OIL. This matter is deemed to be ready as regards service. List this case. For admission by reflecting the name of Learned Counsel for both the sides in the first list. Yes.
So the previous days, our name is not reflected in the call list.
Yes. It's good. All right.
Lordship, in this case, I'm appearing for all the respondents. I'm just paying for 4 weeks time, Lordship, to file the affidavit. Lordship.
Mr. R. P. Sharma, Senior Counsel, assisted by Ms. S. Islam. S. Islam is present on behalf of the petitioner. Mr. S. P. Chaudhary, Learned Counsel, appearing for the respondents, prays for and is granted 4 weeks time to obtain instruction and file affidavit. Yes, the matter accordingly.
Obliged.
Lordship, kindly pass over for the day.
On the request of petitioner's counsel, this matter stands passed over for the day. Mr. J. K. Goswami, Learned Government Advocate, is present on behalf of the respondents. All right. Get over that. Yes.
Lordship, regarding the mention, Lordship, I apologize, there was a mistake on my part. on the stage should have been admission, Lordship.
Admission.
Yes, Lordship. For admission of WPC number 3492.
What is the urgency?
Any date convenient,
After
Lordship.
2 weeks. I wasn't without. All right.
Much obliged.
Sure is. The provisional gradation list of additional,
Yes.
the provisional gradation list of additional chief engineer, civil water resource department published by notification dated 8th of January 2020 is hereby made final after necessary rectification in the senior. Then your lordship will come to the gradation list, final gradation list at page 22. The lordship will find that in serial,
Yes.
at page 22, your lordship, my name appears at serial 4. And all the above 3, Abani Hazarika, Ivy Gupta and Indrajit Kuli has already retired in 2020.
You're referring to which page?
Page 22. The final gradation list. My name is at serial 4 and all the 3 have already retired. And my superannuation is on 31/12/2023. Lordship will come to the 3rd column. This is important. Date of joining as additional chief engineer. I come to the cadre on 17. This is important for the simple reason that the rules envisaged under the flood control rules specifically provides rule 24. The Lordship, I have given the rule, quoted the rules at page 8. First, I will just bring a lordship to section 13, general procedure promotion D. The lordship got it. All other promotions to the rank of superintendent engineer and above on merit. So it's a selection post merit. Your lordship will come to the seniority rule with rule 22. The seniority of a member in the cadre appointed by direct recruitment or by promotion shall be determined according to the order of merit in the respective list, means respective cadre. For the simple reason, the lordship will come to the next page at page 9, where a specific rules talks about how the gradation list is to be prepared. The gradation list shall be prepared and published every year in a gradation list containing the names of all members of the service cadre-wise in order of seniority and as such particulars as date of birth, date of appointment. So lordship will find at page 22, I become the senior most. Your lordship will then come to the impugned gradation list, which is now sought to be implemented at page 23. The Governor of Assam, this is on 13 January 23, is pleased to publish the provisional gradation list in the cadre of additional chief engineer civil under the Water Resource Department for the year 2022, as per statement enclosed. Objection, if any, relating to omission of factual error seniority position may be submitted by the concerned officer within 7 days from the date of publication. Your lordship will see the notification is of 13, signed by the additional chief secretary. Down below, your lordship will find signed by the secretary on 17. So on 17, this was published. And your lordship will find at the provisional gradation list at page 24. Your lordship will find that at serial 1, respondent number 7, Mr. Bothakur, he comes to the cadre on 18/12/20. He comes latter. Palash Jyoti Goswami, 8/2/2021. He comes to the cadre latter. I am brought down to 3rd position in direct violation of the rule 22. For the simple reason that they were nowhere. I made a specific requirement that they were nowhere in the gradation list of 2020. All out of the blues, these 2 persons come and I am downgraded. And now the information is that the selection for the post of chief engineer, there are 2 posts, cadre posts. One already 1 person is there. For the other, 2 persons are being selected today. And this is an information I just now got. The meeting has been called at 7, where the chief secretary is coming up because this is the highest post in the state. So for these 2 persons are now
will be recommended, sought to be recommended. I don't know where I stand because for what is the reason I come down? And immediately, Lordship, see, this is the last annexure. I place all the facts, what they did. The Lordship will come to page 31. Well, after we expect the government to be open government as per SP Gupta, it's not an open government. Lordship will come. This is an objection I give tomorrow, today morning. Lordship will find the last part I will mention. If I may read, Lordship. It is to be mentioned here that a copy of the provisional graduation list and the cadre of additional chief engineer for the year 22 not yet been received officially, neither by post or through email in my office, personnel ED, till signing of this letter, though it was published on 17/1, I received the same from other source only on 21/1/23 in the evening via WhatsApp, and since 22/23/24 were official holiday, I submitted this objection letter today via email. Well, look, this is the plight of a senior most officer who is vying for the post of the top. At the end of his career, he has 1 year to go. He doesn't know that this gradation list now will be given effect. That is my case. I have made a specific amendment, and the information I could get since the matter was fixed by Lordship at 2, the latest information is that meeting has been called at 7 o'clock. So I pray interim protection that this gradation list is expressing violative of the rules. There is no norms. The governance in this, the judicial review looks into the reasons, and that's the beauty. Now, what is the reason? Why do I come down? I'm visited with civil concerns. First of all, my career prospect is gone as a chief engineer, and I have been fighting for that from 2020, madam. My cases are pending. And the last is CAV, as your Lordship knows, the CAV by Honorable Justice. So, and after the Pato judgment, I expected something will happen. Now, this out of the blues, and moreover, your Lordship will find that this notification of 13, I have made a specific amendment. I am not taking any plea of consequential seniority because it's a merit based. I am entitled because I was all along.
So just a minute, in the gradation list in page 22.
Yes.
Private respondents are nowhere in the picture.
The picture. Because your Lordship will find the private respondent, the government did not know that the date of joining as additional chief engineer is one of the condition of Rule 24, which says cadre 1. Your Lordship 22 is very specific. Page 8, your Lordship will see the rule. It's a blatant violation of cadre gradation list Rule 24. At page 9, I'm reading it for Lordship convenience. Page 9. There shall be Can I read? There shall be prepared and published every year a gradation list containing the names of all members of the service cadre wise in order of seniority and as such particulars of date of birth, date of appointment. Today, if there is no intervention, I lose. Because from 20, I was supposed to be the chief engineer. Somehow it was a bad luck. Litigations came in. But now at this stage also, 2 persons out of the blue, they come in and they, in fact, don't give me the copy. So what I pray, Lordship, the promotion to the post may be subject to judicial scrutiny, and I need a interim protection because this is a case where I could show the violation of the rules.
What is the interim protection?
But the interim protection is that they will not go ahead with the selection subject to without the leave of the court because they will have to specify, because there is no reason as to how these 2 persons come in. Because if I don't get the protection at the 7 in the evening, I'm gone. And my entire petition will become infected.
Not to go on selection in terms of the 2020.
Yes, who is appearing?
That's my case. It was unlisted.
Copy was not served yesterday.
No. Yesterday, as regards the earlier case, earlier we informed them that tomorrow morning we are giving the petition. We will give it in the morning. But the interim protection can be given. They can come on with a reply.
Mr. Nath, what is your?
I really, that put the change to a similar measure will be there, and thereby I.
All right, heard Mr. D.K. Das, Learned Counsel appearing for the petitioner. Assailing the provisional gradation list
Dated 13th.
dated 13, circulated on 13/1/2023. Pertaining to the post of additional chief engineers, bracket civil, bracket close, in the Water Resources Department for the year 2022. This writ petition has been filed inter alia challenging that although the petitioner was all along shown to be senior to the private respondents in the cadre of ACE, bracket civil, bracket close in the department, all of a sudden, his seniority has been downgraded without any reason. And now the respondents are contemplating to hold a DPC today itself.
Yes, today
So as to promote persons junior to him in the cadre.
7 and 8 respondents.
That is the respond number 7 and 8 to the post of Chief Engineer,
Yes.
Water Resources Department. Mr. Das submits that if such an order is passed, that would cause irreparable injury to the interest of the petitioner, and therefore, an urgent interim order protecting the interest of his client is called for in this case. Full stop. Mr. D. Nath, Learned Senior Government Advocate, Assam, appearing for the respondent number 1 and 2, 1, 2, and 4. Prays for some time to obtain instruction in the matter. Miss J. Gogoi, Learned Counsel, appearing for the respondent numbers 5, 6, and 6. Have also made a similar prayer, seeking some more time for obtaining instruction. Full stop.
The third appears for 3.
In view of the request made by the Learned Departmental Council, I am inclined to grant time to the department till 1/2/2023 to obtain instruction and clarify the matter. However, considering the facts and circumstances of the case in its entirety, by way of an interim measure, it is hereby provided that no final order of promotion to the post of Chief Engineer in the Department of Water Resources, Assam, shall be issued by the respondents till the returnable date.
God bless.
Till the next date fixed, that is 1/2/2023.
God bless.
Landing method item 32.
In this case, notice was issued, my lord, and thereafter, my lord, on 9/11/2022, my lord, respondent seeking time to filing affidavit, my lord. But no
Now,
affidavit.
what is your case?
Case regarding, my lord, wrong entry in the service book, my lord,
So according to you, another 2 years, you are younger, another 2 years.
my lord.
If
But-
your plea is accepted, what would be your date of retirement?
My lord, 2006, my lord.
And
But-
today,
but-
what relief you want?
My lord, on the, if my lord, 2006, my lord, then my lord, my pensionary assessment,
Hmm.
then more than my lord, the recent, my lord.
But
assessment,
how can it be done? You retired in 2006
My lord.
and
admitted,
you
my
have
lord,
come in 2021.
My lord.
So what can be done? Nothing can be done at this
No doubt,
stage.
my lord, the respondent authority, my lord.
This writ petition has become sterile. We'll have to close it. Heard Mr. K. R. Patgiri, Learned Counsel for the writ petitioner. Also heard Ms. S. Barua, Learned Government Advocate, Assam, appearing for the respond numbers. Respond number 3 and Mr. R. K. Talukdar, Learned Counsel, representing the respond number 5. None has appeared for the remaining respondents. Full stop. The petitioner herein had initially joined as a master role worker under the mechanical subdivision of the PWD,
Silchar, my lord.
Silchar, Kachar. Full stop. Subsequently, he was promoted to the post of work charge assistant electrician. Full stop. As per the date of entry made in the service book, the petitioners, as per the entry made in the service book, the petitioner's date of birth has been recorded as 31/5/1948. As such, the petitioner was made to retire from service on 31/5/2004 upon attaining the age of 50 years, age of superannuation, that is 58 years. Full stop. Since then, the petitioner is receiving his pensionary benefits. However, after nearly 17 years of his retirement, the petitioner has approached this court by filing the instant writ petition, inter alia contending that his actual date of birth is 31/5/1950, is it?
No, no, my lord, 48, my lord. 31/5/1948.
No, contending that as per the date of birth recorded in the service book, the petitioner would retire. No, the date of birth recorded in the service book, the date of superannuation of the petitioner would be 31/5/2006. But he has been erroneously retired from service 2 years
My lord,
prior to attaining the age of 58 years.
my lord.
On such count, the petitioner has approached this court seeking an order for granting him service benefits. Full stop. Mr. P. Nayak, Learned Standing Upar, P. Nayak for PWD. Learned Standing Council PWD submits that the claim of the petitioner is, what do you have to say on the merit?
In the service book, lordship, it was originally 46. Subsequently, somebody corrected it.
My lord, that is the case, my lord.
Mr. Nayak submits that as per the date of birth recorded in the service book, it is mentioned as 31/5/1946, but subsequently it is 1/6/1946.
Date of retirement is 31/5/2000.
And therefore, the date of retirement of the petitioner ought to be 31/4,
31/5/2000.
31/5/2004. Full stop. As such, he has rightly been retired from service on 31/5/2004. Similar is the submission of Mr. R.K. Talukdar, Learned Counsel, appearing for the respondent number 5. Full stop. Mr. Patgeri has denied and disputed the said assertion by submitting that his actual date of birth is 31/5/1948. Be that as it may, there is no doubt or dispute about the fact that the writ petition has been filed almost 17 years after the date of retirement of the petitioner, and there is no proper explanation as to the reason for delay. Full stop. Therefore, regardless of whether the claim of the petitioner is correct or not, this court is of the opinion that at this distant point of time, this court can neither, the court can neither enter into such a disputed question of fact as regards the correctness of the entry made in the service book, nor can there be any direction to grant any service benefit, to grant any pensionary benefit to the petitioner on the basis of his assertion. Full stop. This writ petition is liable to be dismissed purely on the ground of delay, and I accordingly do so. There would be no order as to cost. Writ petition stands disposed of.
Obliged.
Yes, any other matter?